Well, kia ora everybody, and I hope you're enjoying your long weekend as we welcome you to the Edgar Centre in Dunedin for Sky Broadband Rapid League match ahead of the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa match between these two teams. Southern Hoiho up against the Northern Kahu. This is the Hoiho's second Rapid League game and the Kahu's first. So looking forward to seeing these two teams in what is a rapid match. Takes about 36 minutes, 4 quarters of 4 minutes each, and we're going to get most of the bench players that are in the main game in this, because in the Rapid League, the Sky Broadband Rapid League, no starting fives in the next match. The main game are allowed to play in it. Kia ora, Tauihi Glenn Lama here, Kason Buckman with me again. And Kason, did you like the first game the other night between the Tokomanoa Queens and the Hoiho?
Oh, hell yeah, it was an exciting game. And it just, you know, the Hoiho came out, they looked like they had great cohesion and great team chemistry. And one of their players just jumped off the plane back that morning. So the fact that they were able to come together and get the win early is really great for them this season. Well,
Tokomanoa Queens won that Rapid League game by 30 points to 17. So that's why they're on 1 competition point. The Southern Hoiho won the main game between the two teams, so they're on top of the table. We're yet to see the mainland Poakai, Northern Kahu, of course, in action today for the first time, and Whai coming up as well. So we're getting into it now. Second edition of Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. Let's check out the starting fives for these two teams today. Urasike, also Moores, Tamilo, a current tall fern. Tini is playing, one of the two sisters and daughter of coach Jodie Cameron, and Rangi Brown also starting today. And for the Kahu, we have Hannah Dunn, who the 17-year-old centre, who'll be coming off the bench. And I guess all of these 5 players will be keen as mustard to get into it, Kason.
Oh, absolutely. That's why this Rapid League is so great, because some of these players may not see the floor as much as they'd like in the Tauihi, so coming out here and playing in the Rapid League is a really great chance to boost their confidence.
So that's the Kahu starting 5 for this match. And going to be interesting to see how they go and how they gel in this rapid match of 4-minute quarters. Here is the Hoiho starting 5 today. And it's Caitlin O'Connell and Jen O'Connell, not related, of course. Also starting Tyler Mitchell, Gracie Roberts here, and Sophie Adams. A couple of players coming off the bench in this game, Millie Simpson and Britt Richards. So looking forward to seeing that and seeing how Todd Marshall, the coach, is going to navigate his way through this. And it's worth really spending a bit of time in this with a competition point up for grabs case. It's worth mentioning too, that could be critical down the stretch of the season.
Oh, absolutely. And we're seeing it in the Sal's as well, you know. Every point matters, but with the addition of the Rapid League, you could have a tie Tauihi record, and whoever has the most wins in Rapid League is going to take that spot on the ladder.
So there we go. There are the key matchups we touched on. It's going to be interesting to see how these players get into it, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Hoiho have already got their feet wet. They have one Rapid League game under their belt, so it'll be interesting to see how the Kahu come out. First time playing together in this Rapid League, and I mean, I've played with and against a lot of these girls, and I know they'll be ready to play.
Oh, absolutely. X-Factor players Rebecca Moore's a young player, just 17 years of age. In fact, Kahu have got a couple of 17. In fact, they've got 3 teenagers who'll be appearing in this game. Dunn Moores and Ratoria Tamilo, the current tall fern. Here are the referees, Regan Ashley, Tony Lee Smith, Hunnock, and Taylor Lynch are going to be out there controlling this match. Yeah, I know the Northern Kahu are not at full strength for this game. 3 of their key players are not here in New Zealand at the moment. But I'm telling you, Kason, when they come and join their teammates here, they are a stacked team, aren't they?
They've got a bit of a super team, you know, and it's going to be pretty exciting to see how they all clash together, because they're a team of superstars. And sometimes that works out beautifully, and sometimes it doesn't work out. As we've seen, I'll refer to the Sal's NBL, the Jets this year. They've had quite the dynamic trio of imports, yet they've struggled a little bit trying to find their cohesion. But, you know, women's basketball, completely different game than men's basketball. So I'll be very curious to see how they mesh together when they all finally come together as one unit.
Well, the Hoiho have a couple of 20-year-olds too. Caitlin O'Connell, Tyler Mitchell, so a couple of inexperienced players playing at this level today, but getting valuable experience in these Rapid League matches. So thank you for joining us. Don't forget, we have the main game coming up at 2:30 this afternoon in Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa between the Hoiho and the Kahu, as we're getting set for this match See the junior ballers getting their time in the sun.
Loving the Kahu kit.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Looks like a little bit of ocean water. I love it.
All right, here we go. We're getting this game on now, and it's going to be the Kahu with the first possession here in the match. And here comes Kili Tini, and straight away it's into Moores, and she can't nail the basket, or it's Tamilo, in fact, and it is going to be the Hoiho who now have a chance to score. Remember, 4-minute quarters, so there's not a lot of time. You start executing, getting on a roll, you're going to really cook with some gas.
Oh, absolutely. And when you have the size and the length that the Kahu have, like you've got Ash out there who just missed that pass, unfortunately, but then you've got Rettori in there as well. They've got some really big players inside, so that'll be the key for the Kahus to nail that ball inside, try to get some easy two-pointers.
Well, we'll see if the Hoiho can handle that. This is Mitchell with their hands on the ball at the moment. Nice kick-out pass. Three-pointer. Mitchell grabs the rebound. And now the Hoiho have a second opportunity. Pretty similar rules across all the other rules of basketball other than the 4-minute quarters. And now the Hoiho have it back again.
So a couple of early turnovers here by the Kahu. Again, this is their first Rapid League game, so they're trying to find their footing. The Hoiho looking like the veteran team at the moment. Then, I spoke too early, they turned the ball over.
Yeah, Adams just couldn't quite link up with her teammate Caitlin O'Connell. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how the players' fitness to these players here, if they're called on in the main game, having just played 60 minutes of high-intensity Rapid League game, is a good test of their fitness too, Kaysen, isn't it?
Yeah, personally, I think it's better to play more minutes because then you get more comfortable on the floor. As you see there, Keely getting that offensive rebound, just unable to convert. But I think it's a really good opportunity, especially with these young kids. They should be able to go all day long, you know? They're going to be fresh. They're going to recover a lot faster than the older players. So I think the minutes aren't going to be that big of an issue for their young legs.
And there's the first basket of the match. It's Tyler Mitchell, and it's from beyond the arc as well. So 3-0. It's the Hoiho in front. Chance for the Kahu to get sorted and get a good response here. Nice little kiss off the glass, doesn't drop. And it's picked up. Reverse layup is also not going to drop for the Kahu. And it's going to be Hoiho ball. So still not falling for the Kahu. We've had over half of the first quarter now.
No, but that's all right. With the likes of Rihanna is so quick on the drive. She has that ability to drive past players. So the Hoiho are going to have to stay on her because she can get to the hoop and she can finish.
Three-pointer is missed from Mitchell again. And here comes the Kahu in transition. Oh, Hoiho player goes down, and that shot is not going to drop there from Tini. And now here's a fast break from the Hoiho. This is Adams. Bounce pass back to Adams. And there's a foul as she's trying to nail that layup. So she's going to go to the line to shoot a couple.
I think the Kahu were wanting a 3-second call there. As you see, she was in the lane she was in there for quite a bit, but they were able to get themselves to the TAB. So shots not falling at the moment for the Kahu, but they are getting some good looks. They're shooting the ball close up, getting the ball inside, which is exactly what they want to do, especially with this lineup. They've got some strength inside, but also the Hoiho doing a great job keeping their composure and finding a way to get some points on the board.
Sophie Adams misses the second free throw. And there's going to be a foul. Sophie Adams, 20-year-old, originally from Ashburton, joined the junior Tall Fern. 4-0 at the moment with 1:20 left in this first quarter.
The time has just blown by. You forget how short these quarters are, and it's so important to remember that you only have 4 minutes, so you've got to make every possession count. Take care of the ball and capitalize on every possession.
And now here is Udasike. And she misses that mid-range jumper. No, she doesn't. It drops in. So there's the first points for the Kahu finally. And here's the Hoiho looking to up the pace again, and that's good work there from O'Connell, Caitlin O'Connell, and she's going to the TAB to shoot a couple.
That was a great drive, and I think Rihanna wanted to travel there, but I think she got her with the hip first. But good finish, great way to get to the TAB.
She's got 13 minutes, Caitlin O'Connell, in the main game as well. The other night, Caitlin O'Connell. It's a busy little period for her, which is great.
Well, exactly. She's young and fresh. She'll be able to handle the big minutes.
Yeah, former junior tall fern, as we see Rangi Brown coming down court again for the Kahu. Trailed by 3. Now looking to work off a screen. And there is a carried ball there on Keely Tini. So it's going to be a turnover.
Not a call you see often. Not at all, but obviously they've got better vision down there than we do up here. Just unfortunate there for Keely. She's trying to work her way inside.
Oh, Tyler Mitchell's already put up 1 3-point, almost has it stolen there. And it's still going to be Hoiho ball. There's 14 on the shot clock. Still plenty of time for the Hoiho to work up a set play here. And here's Caitlin O'Connell again. No set play.
Oh.
Great offensive board taken there by Jen O'Connell, but she couldn't put it back in. And here comes the Kahu again. Still trailing by 3 with 20 seconds to play, so they've got the last shot if they want it. And now they'll settle it down with Rangi Brown working off Hannah Dunn, who's out there now. Back to Dunn it goes. Dunn fighting hard for that offensive rebound. Can't drop. 5 seconds towards the end of the first quarter now. And that shot got away just in time, but it's not going to fall. So it's 5-2. The Hoiho leading after 4 tough minutes of basketball.
Yeah, 4 tough physical minutes for the Kahu. Hoiho doing a great job holding their own defensively, and the Kahu just struggling to get a little bit of a rhythm on offense. You saw the one and only shot by Ash Udaseki. She had a great shot, got in there, but they're just having a hard time finding their rhythm, finding the motion on offense. And again, it's their first game out of the Rapid League season, so you got to be patient, but also you don't have a lot of time. So you kind of have to step it up quick, get back into this game.
Yeah, it's like playing 4 periods of overtime back to back, isn't it? That's what it's kind of like, isn't it? And there is this week's special from Cells, of course. A couple of Cells NBL games coming up today too, folks. The Nona Pizza or 5 Boroughs Pizza. They look pretty good, don't they?
They look really good.
There is the offer until Wednesday. If you enter that keyword block and you order online. Todd Marshall just trying to get his players working well. You can see some of the starters there in their track pants and their hoodies, ready to go for the main game. Good way to build team bonding and stuff like that, isn't it, too?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I like it.
It's really cool. It's like, it's not like, well, I guess it is kind of like high school where it's not here, but you've got the JV and the varsity team, you know? The varsity team always supporting the JV team. Not saying these girls are JV by any means, but they are there supporting and helping build their own team, because some of these girls are going to play big minutes in both games.
CK almost stealing the ball there. And it's going to be the Hoiho. Just lost 5 seconds on the shot clock there. See if they can cook something up here as Richard sets that screen. Now Adams. This is Roberts here, who's out there now. And she's fouled driving to the basket. So Gracie Roberts here will go to the line to shoot a couple.
That was a good counterpunch to the Kahu defense. You saw they came out of the break, pressuring up all the way out at half court. You saw Rihanna out there putting pressure on the ball, but great job by Gracie Roberts to get into the lane and draw the foul.
Roberts here has been overseas for 8 years, back home now. Long time overseas. Born in Nelson, and then she gets her first 2 free throws. So it's 7-2. Good little buffer here for the Hoiho. They have a 5-point lead really in the second quarter, and they almost steal it. In fact, they do. And there is Gracie Roberts here again. And she helps herself to 2 easy points.
So again, the Kahu need to take care of the ball. They're doing well defensively, but offensively, they just look a little out of step, a little out of rhythm. Hopefully they can find their feet here on this play.
See what they can do on this play. So Rebecca Moores into Dunn. And now it's back to Rangi Brown again. Shot clock expires, but the shot did get away. Lovely offensive rebound, but Tamilo has had it stolen out of her hands, and here come the Hoiho again, and it's Roberts here again.
But on that play, Tamilo did a great job getting that rebound, but showing her youth a little bit and not securing that rebound and someone stripping it out from her. But that's just going to come with age and maturity. Securing that ball and knowing that they're going to try to strip it away from you because you've got all the length in the world. As she takes that jumper and knocks it down, makes up for that missed offensive rebound. But yeah, she's got a long way to go, but she's doing pretty well for herself at a young 18 years old.
Yeah, she is a very exciting prospect. So Tamilo getting that field goal, and it's going to be Kahu ball.
3-second call there.
Yeah. So 11 points to 4. Great little 6-point run there for Gracie Roberts here just before that.
Oh, absolutely.
6 points in a row.
She's locked in.
Another one who's going to get some minutes in the main game. She's got 12 minutes in the Hoiho's win over the Tokomanawa Queens. There is no timeouts in the Rapid League games other than one team or player timeout per half.
Yep.
Per team.
Which is just another way to make this game a lot more rapid than the Tauihi game. You know, you only have one timeout per half, and the Kahu taking it in a timely fashion as they're down 7 points at the moment, and the Hoiho on a bit of a run, so they're going to try to stamp this run, try to get a score here, try to use their length. They've got a lot of tall timber on the floor at the moment, and they've got to use it to their advantage.
Let's see if they do that. It's done. Nisike, and she's fouled. So I think too, it's been a pretty clean game from the Hoiho so far.
Absolutely, but you see this ball movement here. Great recognition by Ash. Noted that she had a little bit of a mismatch, probably has a quicker foot, and she drove it in and drew the foul.
Coming back into the game is Jen O'Connell for the Hoiho. Richard sits down, and that's a lovely play. And there's Tamilo getting 2 more points. She has 4 in the game now for the Kahu.
Yeah, great look, great find there. Excellent setup by Tamilo. Another drive by Gracie Hare there.
She did really well. And there is the left-handed shot, not going to drop from the Hoiho's Millie Simpson, but she's going to go to the line to shoot a couple.
And the Hoiho are doing a great job of driving into the paint and finding themselves at the TAB.
Well, Millie Simpson, she's originally from North Harbour, studying medicine at Otago University. And still playing good hoops, but nice board taken by Dunn, who continues to stay out there, the young centre. Whoops, almost lost by Udasika, who wasn't watching. And she's going to settle for a 3-point shot. And doing a great job to rebound it was Moores. Tamilo couldn't put it back in, and now the Hoiho have it.
Hi, those are much better offensive set there by the Kahu. Got a couple of looks and some offensive rebounds to give themselves the second chance, but not great defensive rotation there. As you saw, Ash rotated high, no one dropped low for her. Great recognition by the Hoiho, taking advantage of that defensive lapse.
Jen O'Connell gets her first 2 points and maintains the 7-point margin. Here's Tamilo. That's a lovely left-handed shot, but it doesn't drop, and it's O'Connell who picks up the rebound, so she's doing it at both ends of the court at the moment.
Yeah, we talk about the tall timber of the Kahu, but McConnell, she is also extremely tall.
And that was Caitlin O'Connell getting 2 more, so that lead is looking comfortable now as we enter the last minute of the second period. Rangi Brown working off that screen. Doesn't get the shot to drop, and again it's O'Connell. Excellent awareness that 2 players were down court, and Adams helps herself to 2 points, and Hoiho's margin getting big now.
And they're just playing with a different intensity than the Kahu at the moment. Kahu looking a little bit slow, looking a little bit gassed, only in the second quarter here. And maybe it's just a little bit of nerves, but they got to find a way to clean this up if they want to have a chance in the second half.
They just need to up that shooting percentage at the moment. It's only 38% for the Kahu. Here's Rangi Brown looking to inject some pace, and she does well to finish that one off.
And that's what she does. She's just a little pest under there. She knows how to finish, she knows how to drive, and she'll keep that dribble alive and get that easy layup.
Roberts here goes for that three, and that will be Kahu ball, but that will be the end of the second quarter. So the Hoiho, they led by 3 at the end of the first quarter, and they now lead by 9. A good, comfortable margin for the home team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're playing really well. I mean, we saw them in the first game of the Rapid League against the Tokomanawa Queens, and you know, the roles have kind of reversed. They looked a little bit shaky. Granted, they played really tough, but obviously the Queens were victorious in that feat. But tonight they look like a different team. They're playing with a great intensity on defense, and their offense looks smooth. They're getting some easy baskets and recognizing the defensive lapses from the Kahu.
Oh, it's the old home advantage, I think, as well. Comes into play too, Kaysen, sometimes. Always amazes me in sport how much team looks better when they're playing at home most of the time.
Yeah, I bet it's freezing down there as well, so they're used to it.
Yeah.
The Auckland girls have got the nice temperatures up here, the nice climate.
Yeah, always good though, going down to the deep south for some games of sport though. Another point too, as we look at the Kahu here, is that you know, Jodie Cameron is the head coach, but she's taking a bit of a back seat here as her assistants take control of the Sky Broadband Rapid League game.
I love that.
I think it's a great idea.
I think that's brilliant. And you talked about team building at the beginning of the game. The fact that they can sit there and get coaching from their teammates, their own teammates who are sitting on the sideline recognizing what's going on, that's just another way to build that team atmosphere. And beautiful job by Jodie Cameron.
Yeah, I love the idea. And you know, the best teams, you know, you want your senior players to take ownership of decisions and stuff like that. And you don't want the coach dictating absolutely everything, do you?
Yeah, well, you get sick of hearing the same voice telling you to do the same things over and over again, and it's much more receptive coming from your peers, I think, personally. It's a coach's voice is, you know, the one that's always in the back of your brain, but when you have your peers telling you what to do, you're like, oh crap, yeah, no, I've got to hold myself accountable and do what they're saying, because they're sitting there and they're supporting, they see what's going on. So just taking their advice it's really great.
Third quarter underway in the Sky Broadband Rapid League match. Hope you're enjoying it, folks. The Southern Hoiho leading by 9 points over the Northern Kahu. And the Kahu almost lose the ball mid-court there. And there goes a long range two. It's not going to fall off the hand there of Retoria Tamilo. And here comes the Hoiho again.
And the Hoiho's defense has just been a testament this game. A bit of a travel there by Sophie Adams, unfortunately. But like I was saying, their defense, they're out full court pressuring right now, and it's making Kahu's life difficult.
I think the Kahu players will be much better for this run, though. And I'm sure they will fight back in future Rapid League matches. They might fight back in this match yet. There's still time. There's Tamilo beyond the three-point line, and she's going to put up a mid-range jumper, and just a touch short, but nice rebound by O'Connell. Jen O'Connell having a good game both ends of the court here.
Absolutely. She's a hustler, Jen O'Connell. She's been around the game. She knows what to do. She knows the little 1% things that make a difference in a game. And look at that there. A great drive with the left hand, almost finish, finding her way at the TAB. That's what they've done this whole game. They get a turnover, and they come down on offense. And it seems to be the story of this game. Get themselves to the TAB.
Yeah, O'Connell's done well. Of course, she's a very good netball as well, having played for the Southern Steel. And it's good to see her back playing some hoops too.
It's great to see a basketball shot from a netball player.
Yeah.
I love that.
Now she misses both, but there's Adams with the offensive ball. Can't put it back in. And Kahu lucky not to concede 2 more points as Udasike in the end grabs it. A little reach-in foul there, I think, off Caitlin O'Connell. So it's going to be, in fact, it was Simpson, so it's going to be a foul on her.
And Udasike, she's just a heads-up player. She's the veteran for this team. So up to her to lead these girls and guide them, try to get them going, and just lead by example.
Always puts up the 3-pointers, not going to fall for her. Rebecca Moores, the 17-year-old, and now here comes the Hoiho again. No change to that halftime score. It's been tipped out of court by Rebecca Moores. Will still be Hoiho ball.
Yeah, it was good defensive hands there by Rebecca Moores. Good save, because that could have been a lethal pass had they caught that in the corner.
See what Mitchell can do here. Simpson. That's off the foot of one of those Kahu players. So shot clock's back to 14 seconds.
Hoiho not really looking to shoot it from outside. They're looking to drive in almost every time. Go to their strength.
Well, and they don't need to either, as we say that. And it works beautifully there from Tyler Mitchell. That's her second three of the game. She has 6 points.
No, I'm talking all this trash and then just go and do that. It's a beautiful shot.
I was just about to say they don't need to shoot from the outside with a 9-point lead, and now it's a 12-point lead. And here comes Millie Simpson. Double teamed. And it's going to be a jump ball.
I'd like to see a little bit more of that from the Kahu. Be more aggressive on offense. Prevent that drive. As you see here, Rihanna funnels her into the sideline, and then Keely Tinney comes up behind and gets that jump ball. So again, I know they only have one sub, but there's only 16 minutes of play, so you've got to be a lot more aggressive on defense if you want to have a chance, especially against this Hoiho squad who's looking in form at the moment.
Yeah, they're sinking nicely in this game. So halfway through period number 3. Oh, it's stolen, lost control, and it's picked up nicely by the Hoiho. Britt Richards got it. Adams kicks it back to Simpson. And again, they're using the clock nicely now, the Hoiho. Well, tip pass has fallen into the hands here of Tamilo. And away comes Rangi Brown. Rangi Brown can't quite get it into the teammate, Udaseke. It was Keely Tinney. And now here comes the Kahu again.
Couple of questionable passes there from the Hoiho. Two strange offensive sets as Rihanna chucks up the 3 and she drains it from deep. Exactly what the Kahu need. Now they've got to get up and put some pressure on, as you can't foul out of the Rapid League, so you might as well get up and put the pressure on defense.
Well, that was a big 3 points. That's the Kahu's first points in the third period. It's just 3 all so far in this period. A little teardrop. There's a good one right there from Tyler Mitchell. She's got 8 points.
Yeah, it was a beautiful little floater inside. Hoiho again going to their strength, finding it inside, and they have that ability to finish.
Rangi Brown doesn't put up the 3-pointer this time, and there's O'Connell making a nuisance of herself again and has the awareness on a 2-on-1 situation. And there's a foul off Keely Tinney, and it's going to be the Hoiho back on the TAB line.
Yeah, so both teams just a little bit careless with the passes at the moment, throwing those high floating passes to the bigs when they've got another big on them. It's a bit risky from the top of the key, but again, Hoiho's defense is proving to be a little bit too tough for the Kahu at the moment. They're just a lot more physical, and they're showing their strength inside.
Tyler Mitchell's having an excellent game. She's got 9 points. She didn't get any minutes in the main game against the Tokomanawa Queens, and she's telling her coaches right here, put me up there.
Absolutely, and that's the beautiful thing about this league is you can see who's hot on the night in the Rapid League. If you've got someone like Caitlin O'Connell, or like you just said, was it Tyler Mitchell?
Tyler Mitchell, yeah,
Tyler Mitchell. If they're having a hot game, see if they can continue that into the Tauihi game.
Well, it was Adams with 2 from close range. She has 5 in the game. And that's good driving play there from Rangi Brown. She's got good attitude as she lures a foul out of the home team. So it's going to be Rangi Brown, Rihanna Rangi Brown, who has 5 points in the game, going to the TAB line now. And these are 2 valuable points coming up here for the Kahu if she can nail them.
Yeah, it's a tough position being the point guard, because you're generally going to play the most minutes because you're the smallest on the floor and you've got responsibilities from baseline to baseline. So it's a lot of work, but Rihanna has the ability, like, knowing that I've played with her, I've seen her play, she's so fast, she has that ability to drive, and I'd like to see her do more of it to give the Kahu a chance, because that's exactly what the Hoiho are doing. And she has the speed, she has the explosiveness, and she can finish underneath, so I'd like to see a lot more of that from her.
Speaking of explosiveness, that was Britt Richards with those last 2 points. And the fast break is on here. O'Connell, Caitlin O'Connell gets rid of her defender, but that won't be a layup for her. So that's the end of the third quarter in this Sky Broadband Rapid League game, and this league is getting bigger by the quarter. It's Hoiho up by 14 now, 27-13. Well, leading all scorers at the moment is Tyler Mitchell with 9 points, in fact. Roberts here has 6. She got them all in a row back in the first quarter. And leading the scoring for the Northern Kahu is Rihanna Rangi Brown with 7. Don't forget the main game coming up at 2:30 this afternoon. Hoiho versus the Kahu. Look forward to your company as we get the main match underway. Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa, part of a triple header today here on Sky Sport, with the two men's Sal's NBL matches coming up to follow.
So it's a great time to use your Sal's coupon, as it's a long day of watching some great basketball. So get your pizza, settle in. You've got a long day ahead.
Yeah, 100%. Well, unless a massive comeback of epic proportions, a 14-point deficit for the Kahu in 4 minutes, it's going to take some doing.
It's going to take a
Basically,
lot.
they have to keep the Hoiho scoreless.
Essentially,
pretty much.
yeah. And they can do that. They just need to pick it up defensively. Defensively, they're a little bit soft, and that's a testament to the youth that they have on the floor at the moment. Got a couple of youngsters, however, they do have some veteran experience in Ash Udaseki as well.
Well, what about Jennifer O'Connell on the defensive end? She's got 10 rebounds in this game.
10 rebounds.
10 rebounds.
Unbelievable.
She is going great, the number 16 for the Hoiho. Now, Rangi Brown needs to get hot. And there's another rebound for O'Connell. She's done a fantastic job. That's her 11th rebound.
That's pretty impressive. That's, again, we talked about it earlier. She knows those 1% things that make the difference in the game, and she does exactly that. She knows she doesn't need to be a big-time scorer, but she's a hustler.
Well, O'Connell's actually got 11 rebounds, and the Kahu got 11 in total. So it's amazing effort from O'Connell. Now, Rangi Brown, no lane open there.
Oh, great catch. Great finish. A great tip by the Hoiho, but an even better finish by Ash. Well done.
Yeah, Shudasike has done really well there to get the first 2 points of this final quarter. Here goes a big three-pointer. It's not going to fall. Udaseke, who just scored, gets the rebound, and now Rangi Brown again. Looks to put the foot down. Like it. Well, in the end, hard luck there for her. And
She's
here
got
comes
that
O'Connell.
speed. She's really got that speed, and you saw the Hoiho kind of jogging back on defense. You see here, they need to push the pace as they've got 3 defenders in their half. You got to get that ball across the half and try to get an easy basket. There's not that much time.
Well, Tony Lee Smith. Hunick took a bit of a tumble there, the referee, but she's up and about again. And now that's 2 more points for the Kahu.
Just like that, they're within 10.
Yeah, need to keep it going. And that's not going to fall, and here's another opportunity for them to close the gap.
Yeah, again, the Hoiho going away from what's been working for them this game, getting that ball inside and getting the easy finishes, finding themselves at the free throw line, just settling a bit for the deep shot at the moment. They know they've got a comfortable lead. However, don't count these Kahu out. There's still 2 minutes, 18 seconds left. A lot of game time left. It's only a 10-point lead.
It'll be an epic comeback if they can do it. Let's see. Rangi Brown looking to create space. She's double teamed. Now, nice little impasse. And that's Tamila on the fadeaway. Great play from the 18-year-old Tall Fern. She's going to go to the line to shoot a 3-point play.
That was a beautiful basketball move. She backed the defense down and did a fadeaway using her length right over the top. No one's going to block that shot.
Debuted for the Tall Ferns against Serbia earlier this year. And she completes the 3-point play as well. She's got 7 points in the game, and suddenly that lead has been cut in half in this first period of the last quarter. So the Hoiho just tightening up a fraction. They need a basket here just to settle everything down for them. Here comes Roberts here again. Kick it out, and now the 3-pointer is not going to fall there for Simpson, but they get another opportunity. And Roberts here just clocked one there, and she's fouled.
Roberts here doing a great job drawing the foul, just using her toughness, using her physical body to get in there and draw the foul. Costly defensive rebound missed for the Kahu, because now they have a chance with a reset shot clock. And if they're smart, they're going to use this time wisely, burn some more clock, and edge this lead a little bit further away from the Kahu.
Here's Simpson. Again, no space for her. Oh, it's lost. Roberts here. Shot clock down to 3. And a rebound picked up by Roberts here. That's a good hustle from her. And it's going to be a jump ball.
Another one, another lost possession for the Kahu. Again, when you have that loose ball, I know, again, they're playing with some younger players, but when you have that loose ball, you've got to rip it away from them. As you saw Roberts' hair do there, her maturity showing.
Yeah, 26-year-old with a bit more hustle. Simpson, oh, there's a little foul. That's unlucky. It's going to go on Rangi Brown, I reckon. Yep, to number 20.
Yep.
So the Kahu just have been stuck down their defensive end for 47 seconds now.
Costly time for the Kahu. They need to get a stop here, get that ball, and get a quick basket.
Hoiho doing a good job, O'Connell. Oh, it's almost lost again. Shot clock down to 4 seconds, and finally the turnover comes. And the Kahu have got it, but again, a lot of time being soaked up there and not much time left. Good to see a bit of full court pressure almost being considered there by the Hoiho. We've got a player timeout on the floor.
Yep, good use of the player timeout here. A chance to regroup and try to sort out what you're going to do on offense. What they need to do, they need to get a good shot, but in a timely fashion, and then full court pressure, try to create a turnover, get a steal, again, get another quick shot. And just like that, it'll be within 2 to 3 points. But it all has to work out perfectly in order for them to cut that lead down. Again, the Hoiho, what they need to do, they've got to take care of the ball and use the clock wisely. Because again, 1:03 is still a lot of time if you get stoppages with fouls and dead balls and all that. So if they get a turnover here, burn some clock, don't give the Kahu a prayer.
And the Kahu need a quick basket. Tamilo. Now Moores. Tamilo. Well, it can't go. They can't link up. And the Hoiho, now with just 50 seconds left in this contest, should be able to close this one out.
I mean, if you're the Kahu, foul. You've got fouls to give.
And there's a three-pointer. That should just about do it. A very timely three-pointer there from Gracie Roberts here. She's got 9 points. She's been very good in this game, showing her experience, as I touched on, 8 years overseas, experience in the US and the Netherlands. And there's Rangi Brown. And it's still going to be Kahu ball, but there's only 28.2 left.
Yeah, it's a big deficit to come back from with 28 seconds left, but it's a great drive there by Rihanna. Again, doing what she does best, getting in there, just couldn't get the finish.
So Teeny it is, Keely Teeny. Jason, her sister, will be in action in the main game. There goes the shot from Tamilo. It's not going to fall, and that is apt there, that O'Connell gets the rebound. She's been fantastic in this game. She might have only scored 2 points offensively, but she has grabbed 12 rebounds. That's more than 50% of her team's rebounds.
As a coach, that's a stat that you love to see. You want to see someone dominating the boards, and it doesn't matter as long as you're winning. The points don't really matter.
And again, she got no minutes against the Tokomanawa Queens the other night. And now she's saying to her coach, hey, look what I'm doing in this game. Gracie Roberts here as well, and we touched on Tyler Mitchell with 2 3-pointers in this Sky Broadband Rapid League game. Those are the messages that players need to send to their coaches.
Well, I mean, I think it's just sending a statement to the rest of the league that the Hoiho are not playing around this year. Last year, people didn't take them as seriously as they should have. And this year, I think they've kind of opened the eyes of everybody in the competition. They are here to compete, and they've got some depth.
Wow. How about Ashton Prechter? We're going to see her in the main game. She was a force.
Oh.
And she is going to be a player to watch this season, not only through the other matches, but today as well. Unbelievable.
Oh,
there's another back-to-back half-court violations from both teams here.
That's a That's a rookie mistake that you don't want to make. You definitely don't inbounds the ball to your point guard when they're towing the center line. That's a tough pass and a tough ask of your point guard to not go back court.
Well, Hoiho got this one through Simpson. One of the stars of this game. Now Britt Richards with 5 seconds to play, and here is the last shot from Tyler Mitchell.
Oh!
And she finishes just like she started with a wonderful three-pointer.
Oh, an unbelievable game from Tyler Mitchell.
Yeah, she's finished with 12 points, 3 threes in the game, and the Hoiho have got a competition point in Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa with a comfortable win over the Northern Kahu by 33 points to 20. Mitchell with 12 points. Gracie Roberts here had 9. We touched on the rebounds that O'Connell had with 12. And for the Kahu, it was Tamilo and Rangi Brown who top scored with 7 points. So congratulations to the Southern Hoiho. They win this Sky Broadband Rapid League match by 33 points to 20. But stand by, folks. Of course, we've got the main game coming up soon. It's in less than 20 minutes. We've got the Hoiho and the Kahu in the full Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa match. We look forward to your company soon. Yeah, kia ora everybody. Thank you for joining us. We are at the Edgar Centre in Dunedin for match number 2 in Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa for 2023. The Southern Hoiho, the home team, playing the Northern Kahu, their first match this season. Hoiho coming off a win over the Tokomanawa Queens, the defending champions, in their first match, looking to go 2-0, and they're doing it in front of their home fans in this match. Going to be interesting to see if they can do it against this Kahu team. They're not at full strength for this clash, missing 3 key players, but still plenty of talent. Yes, thank you for joining us. Glenn Lama here, Kason Buckman with me as well, and that's really setting it up nicely, isn't it? I mean, can the Hoiho go 2-0? What do you reckon?
It's looking great. Now's the time to do it, rather than any other time, as the Kahu are short 3 of their main players. But again, this Kahu team is under a great coaching staff, so don't look for them to be an easy feat tonight.
Hoiho, of course, have that one Rapid League win. They lost to, well, they've got the Rapid League win today against the Northern Kahu, beating them by 33 points to 20. So they go to 4 competition points and can streak away to a very good, nice lead early. If they can win today, they go to 7.
Oh, absolutely. And look, we talked about it in Hoop Heads, but they've already got their feet wet. They've played a game before. The Kahu, they're coming in fresh. This is their first game as a unit.
And we're into it tomorrow too with the mainland Puakai. We're going to get the first game for them and the Whai as well. They're on court at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Then we roll through midweek, the Northern Kahu, their first home game, coming in from Pukekohe against the mainland Puakai, and the Northern Kahu double header for them coming up from Event Finder Stadium on the North Shore against the Tokomanawa Queens, coming up next Sunday on July the 23rd. So that's the schedule for the next few days here for Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. Here is the starting 5 for the Kahu, and we have Thomas, Tini, Tuaiti and Reed and Tupaia, and Jody Cameron is the coach. Still quite a bit of talent there, despite not having Ledger, Walker, Davidson or Majdon available today.
Oh, I mean, the Kahu are completely stacked this year. It doesn't matter who's in or out on the day. They still have an extremely talented squad.
Looking forward to seeing them in action, as will be their coach, Jody Cameron.
Jody, welcome to the new season. What did you take away from the Hoiho's win over the Queens?
You know, they've got multiple scorers in that team. I thought the chemistry for their first hit out was really good, and that, you know, they're a force to be reckoned with. I really enjoyed watching the game.
And of course, you're down a few players today. How do you plan on covering those players?
You know, we're lucky up in the north, to be honest. We've got a lot of depth. It's an opportunity for those young ones and the ones sitting on the side, you know, with the Rapid League, really to be bled into this sort of professional league that we're trying to develop here. So, you know, we've got a game plan, and it's our first hit out, so we're just going to take one thing at a time.
Cool. All the best for today.
Cheers, thank you.
She doesn't give much away, Jody Cameron, does she?
No, she does not.
It's like her brother, Pero. And here is the Hoiho, though. They are riding a good wave of confidence. No change to the starting 5. Hurst, Bradley, Gallagher, Prechtel, who was amazing in that win over Tokomanawa Queens, and Zoe Richards in action today. And Prechtel's the one to watch. 25 points, 21 rebounds in game number 1.
Yeah, she's coming in, setting a couple of records early on. I think it's the first 20-20 double-double in Tauihi history. Now, it's still a young league, so there's plenty more to do. So let's see if she can beat that record tonight.
Coach of the Hoiho is Todd Marshall.
Hey Todd, a great start to the season for the Hoiho with a win over the Queens. What impressed you the most about that game?
Probably our work rate. We want to take pride in actually just working hard every single game, and I think our work rate was a good start. Yeah.
And the Kahu, of course, will be missing a few players today, but they still have plenty of firepower on the team. What are you expecting from them?
Yeah, a dangerous thing to think that the Kahu have lost a couple of players, because they've always had depth. They've got some quality players, well coached, and they've been a high performer in this league, so we're going to have to probably step up another level from our last game. They're a quality team.
Cool. All the best for today.
Thank you.
So looking nice and relaxed. Yeah, Ashton Prechtel, her pro debut in New Zealand. What a pickup she has been. But here is going to be some interesting issues. Of course, the Northern Kahu have lost a couple of players. Lambert was very good last year, and so was Green. But the Southern Hoiho are going to have to keep their eye on Tupaia. She's their key player today.
Oh, absolutely. She was MVP of the season last year. and she is a force to be reckoned with. She's a tough competitor, and she doesn't take any crap from anybody. She will let you know, and she's just a tough all-around player.
Yeah, Talia Tupaia, 18 points, 4 assists and 3 steals she averaged last year. What a year. And of course, great to see her in the Tall Ferns now. Absolutely great to see her, of course, born in Australia and now playing for us here in New Zealand. It's awesome.
It's a huge asset. I mean, she's a glue player, and the fact that she's one of many high caliber players that the Kahu have, it just proves that the depth and the talent of this Kahu squad is going to be difficult for all the teams.
Yeah, man, once Crystal Ledger-Walker, Penina Davidson and Tess Madgen get in there, oh my goodness, they are going to be taking some stopping. Regan Ashley, Tony Lee Smith, Hunwick and Taylor Lynch are the referees for this game this afternoon. So looking forward to this one. Can the Hoiho go 2-0? It's going to be a really interesting matchup too between Mari Thomas and Ashton Prechtel. That's going to be interesting.
Well, you've got pure brute strength against length athleticism, and it'll be a great advantage. I haven't seen Mari Thomas play yet. I'd love to see her game, but I imagine she's just an absolute dominant force inside, whereas Prechtel, she's a versatile player. As we've seen, she can shoot from deep, she can handle the ball. She's just an all-around player.
Well, Prechtel was hugely impressive. Of course, coming out of Stanford University, winning an NCAA title 2 years ago. I mean, that gives her some pretty serious cred, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, you see the numbers she put up in this league so far, and on that Stanford squad, she actually did not put up that big of numbers because the depth of the Stanford squad was so enormous. And so for her to come out and be a standout player here has got to be a breath of fresh air for her.
She is just putting her mouth guard in, and she was a machine in game number 1 against Tokomanoa. So let's see if the Hoiho can please their home fans with back-to-back victories. Running with their starting 5. Hurst, Bradley, the other 2 imports in the Hoiho team. Gallagher captaining the team, and Zoe Richards. And their starting 5 for the Kahu. Tupaia, Jason Tini, Amari Thomas, Tera Reid, and Eliana Duaiti.
I just want to talk about the Hoiho starting 5 as well. As a unit, they did extremely well. You have Bradley coming off the plane the day of the game and setting, I think it was the second most assists in a Tauihi game league with 11. So, I mean, they've also got extreme depth for the Hoiho, and they all play together really well as a unit.
So a good little step up, but interesting to see Todd Mitchell wanting more, or Todd Marshall rather, wanting more from his team in this match. So we'll see if they're able to deliver that. So it's going to be the Hoiho in the dark blue, the Kahu in the light blue. Game number 2 of Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa for 2023 is underway, and it's going to be the home team with the first possession. And down court comes Paige Bradley. Terrific contest. A performance from her in game number 1. And now here is Prechtel. Back to Bradley. And now Prechtel, she's going to get her hands on the ball a lot. Good defensive performance to start from the Kahu, but you can't stop outside shots like that.
No, that was beautiful offense by the Hoiho. They did a great job working it up around the top. And then Paige Bradley with the 3 from deep.
Wonderful start for her. Now Thomas. She's got her hands on the ball there. And there goes the shot from Tini. And here comes the Hoiho again. Gallagher. Now Prechtel. Gallagher's going to put up a 3. Look out if the Hoiho get hot early.
Yeah, you better look out. And again, we're seeing early on that Amari Thomas is putting a lot of physical contact on Prechtel, making her life a little bit difficult, pushing her out of the lane and stretching her wide.
It's Thomas getting smashed there. And there's the first foul of the contest.
I don't mind that foul. She's going for the block. She got up there. And if you're going to foul Amari Thomas, you better foul her hard because she's going to finish.
So straight away, here's Thomas. She gets her first points of the season. From the TAB line, and it's been rebounded nicely there by the Hoiho, by Zoe Richards. So 3-1 early in this contest. Richards almost losing it was Bradley. That's good hustling right there from the Kahu.
Great job by Eliana, reading that screen, coming up, putting that pressure on, and getting that turnover. As you see here, she's applying that pressure to Bradley and then just reading that pass. Bit of a silly pass there from Bradley, but again, probably a miscommunication on offense.
Love the play from Tauihi there. She knew when to pounce, didn't she? Three-pointer misses. Prechtel with the uncontested rebound. Very impressive Philadelphia-born player puts up that D2. She's short. Thomas has got the rebound. Tauihi doesn't get fouled there. Just been called by the referees to let that one go. Now Reed kicks it back out. Chance for the Kahu. Oh, that's a lovely shot. And it's the Kahu take the lead by 1.
Don't let that girl get hot because she can knock it down. And great hands there by Talia as well. She's got a great release, especially beyond the arc. Once she catches that ball, her hands are ready and she's going to fire it. And she has got a beautiful arch on the shot. It's almost money every single time. Just such a solid offensive standout player.
Oh, she's such a wonderful all-round player. Richards Hurst with the ball now. Zoe Richards again. Richards patient and luring that little reach in there from the Northern Kahu, and it's going to be a 3-point play. So good play by the Hoiho.
And Zoe Richards had a phenomenal game, opening game. She recorded a double-double, one of 3 players to record a double-double with 15 points and 12 rebounds. And it was her first double-double of the league, so she is going to be looking to have a standout year. And I think with the presence of Prechtel, she'll be able to play that 4 position more comfortably.
See, Richards played 12 games for the Hoiho last year. It's a pretty tough defense being played out there. See Reed come down on the replay here.
Yeah, I love Tara's game. She will bulldoze anyone over. She's tiny in stature, but like she's real skinny, but she is tough and she's not fun to guard.
So 2-point game early in the contest. Here's Reed. And good hustle there by Tupaia for the rebound. That's what she does. She just gets herself into good positions too, Kason. Tupaia.
Well, she's just a smart player, and you can see that she's poised and she's calm and she just knows where that ball is going to be bouncing. She's not trying to out-athlete anybody. She's not jumping over the top. She's just positioning herself well and getting those deflections and getting those offensive rebounds.
Thomas. It's been rebounded by the Hoiho, and here comes Prechtel. It's only lonesome here. It's like a 1-on-5 pretty much there. And now the reinforcements come. That's how to do it. Kahu up by 5 early in this one.
Great job by Prechtel, drawing the attention of the defense and then finding Gallagher on the 3-point line. And great shot by Gallagher. Way to knock it down.
Yeah, her first 3 points of the game. That's 2 threes going in so far by the Hoiho. And that pass was ambitious. And it's been turned over. It's going to be the home team's ball.
The last 3 plays from the Kahu, I'm not sure the people at home could tell, but they've got the Hoiho spinning around on defense and they're passing it behind them without them noticing it. Quite sneaky on those passes, and the Hoiho need to have their head on the swivel if they're going to try to get those steals.
Another 3-pointer goes up, missed this time by Hurst, but it's still Hoiho ball. As Bradley kicks it back to Hurst. Good rotation on the offensive end, liking this play from Hoiho as Bradley misses that jumper, but it's still their ball. Now Prechtel puts up a 3. And it's Thomas who's got the rebound.
Great work by the Hoiho. That's what got them the win in the first game. They almost doubled the rebounds. Oh, and a great drive by Talia Tupaia. Like I was just talking about earlier, they did a great job rebounding the ball. As you saw in that last play, gave themselves the opportunity to get a second chance. But again, great job by Talia taking that ball in.
Here's Hurst from the free throw line. Yes, nice jump shot there from Hurst. Elise Hurst, the 23-year-old out of Australia, of course. First season in New Zealand, and it's the Hoiho up by 5. That's nice play right there, and there's the foul from Prechtel. She hasn't troubled the scorers yet, and that's what the Kahu are going to need to do to Kason. Get Prechtel into foul trouble.
Yeah, exactly, and what a great person to do the job, Tara. She is a great driver to the basket. She knows how to get in there, and she uses her body extremely well and can find herself at the TAB quite a lot.
Yeah, there's some tall ferns in action today in this Kahu team. Tauihi, of course, Reid. And we've got Tamilo coming off the bench too. Tera Reid doesn't get the second. So score remains 11-7. Hoiho, there's Prechtel. Oh, stolen nicely there by Tauihi. Oh, I wonder if he stood on the baseline there as she touched that one, but no. The referee was right there. Into Thomas, one-on-one here with Richards, trying to move right there.
And talk about a mismatch and a half. They might be the same height, but I'm pretty sure Amari Thomas has got about double the size on Richards.
Three-pointers missed, rebounded by Reid, and down comes the Kahu again, who got a little momentum roll here. And Reid did a good job there, driving it home there, and she's going to go to the TAB to shoot a couple.
Yeah, the Hoiho have got to step out in front of her early and not let her get those open drives to the basket, as she's done extremely well in the first few minutes of this game. As you see, she goes coast to coast. Nobody's standing in front of her. Just a simple crossover and drive in, and she's drawing the foul. Again, you've got to step out in front of her early and not give her the open lane, because she's long, she's athletic, and she is strong.
Key player for the Kahu. Last year, 10 games, 10.4 points per game, 6 rebounds as well. There she goes, getting the second one in. So we're locked up now. Good little comeback here. And we had the Hoiho up by 5 not long ago to Case, and now it's all tied up. So gone a little quiet, the home team here, as the Kahu's defense has stepped up. Richards puts up a three-pointer. Love the arc on that one from the moment left her hand.
Beautiful. She was set. She was ready to hit that shot. I was watching it all the way up, hoping it would go in, and it did. Beautiful shot by Zoe Richards.
Oh, look at that, creating space off the left hand. Didn't drop. Wow. I might need new glasses soon. Can't believe she missed that one.
She set that up beautifully.
Hurst has missed a 3. Tauihi's got the rebound, though. 3-on-2 situation, yes. Oh, the lovely pass was a good one right there, but in the end, Teeny lost it. Just cut maybe just a fraction too early.
Yeah, just a little bit too early there, and I think Talia might have passed it slightly behind her. That's all right, though. That was a good look. Great transition offense. Couldn't capitalize on the finish, but look for quite a bit of that with this Kahu team.
Zoe Richards is the leading scorer in the game with 6. Prechtel, who's not out there at the moment, not scoring, so she's been kept scoreless in the first few minutes, which is interesting. There's Richards again with the hot hand. Doesn't get back-to-back threes, and Thomas did really well getting the rebound. Down court she comes. Wide open for a three-pointer. And nailed the shot there was Reid. And she has 6 for the Kahu.
Well, Thomas showing some ball handling and some great court vision. Threw that from all the way out by the sideline. And found Tara on the wing. Great job by Tara to knock it down.
So Richards having a good game, though. Of course, twin as Britt is on the bench at the moment. Good game of Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. Oh, we got an offensive foul here against the Hoiho.
It's going to be on 24.
Zoe Richards.
Zoe Richards. But we just got a little bit of an extension on that screen.
Yeah, big foul count difference at the moment, too. In the two teams at the moment, too, with 5 personal fouls already on the Hoiho. That's the first foul. Only 1 foul so far on the Kahu.
It was a beautiful offensive set. Hit the high post, had 2 cutters going off of it. I think the Hoiho just happened to get a hand on that pass.
Tauihi with the inbound pass. Thomas standing up nice and high. Reid already has 3-pointers in this game. And Richards doing it at both ends of the court for the Hoiho at the moment. And up there now is Gracie Roberts here. And now there goes the deep shot from Bradley. And here comes the Kahu again. Reid. There is a foul right there on Becca Moores, who's out there now. So a couple of players, was Tamilo in fact coming into the game now that we saw in the Rapid League game. If you don't know what the Rapid League game is, folks, this is a 4-quarter game before this main game. like a curtain raiser almost, isn't it? 4-minute quarters. So it's rapid fire, and all the bench players get their chance to show their wares. The players that are not selected for the starting 5, including this player right here at the line, Tamilo. You got 9 points in that, 7 points in that game, 4 rebounds and 2 steals.
Yeah, I mean, she's a standout player, and she's on the rise, still young, and she's got a lot of growing, but look out for her. She's going to be a star.
She's only 18, and that's been turned over right there by Roberts here. That was a bit of a soft turnover rather, and now here's Reed into Thomas. Chance for her to muscle up, and she's too good there on Adams. She has got some fast twitch fibers in her body.
Oh, absolutely. The Hoiho just don't have an answer for the Kahu at the moment. A lot of it's going through the hands of Amari Thomas and Tara Reed. Reed's getting that ball inside, whether it's on her own off the dribble or finding Thomas inside, but Thomas using her size extremely well.
Well, the lead now 4. This is as big as it's been for the Kahu in this game. Thomas helps herself to a free throw there and gets 4 points in the game, and now she's stolen it. So everything going the Kahu's way at the moment.
Oh, great fake by Talia.
Look at Reed, she's wide open here. Doesn't nail the three-pointer. Weak side rebound is beautifully taken by Tamilo, and in comes Reed for 2 more points.
Well, Hoiho just looking a little bit lost on defense at the moment. Don't really have an answer for Thomas, and that just Kahu are taking advantage of these defensive lapses.
Well, Prechtel's not on court either at the moment, is she? And I just wonder whether Coach Todd Marshall might be considering a timeout at the moment, because the Hoiho gone a little cold.
Yep. Well, I mean, her presence is definitely missed. She's got that length and size that they need. But again, I like this matchup underneath, size-wise, against Thomas with Sophie Adams. And she's a hard person to guard, I'll tell you that much.
So Roberts here at the line, and she gets 2. First season at the Hoiho. Overseas for a long time, and now Reed. She's been one of the stars in this first quarter so far. Kicks it back out. There's the missed opportunity for the Kahu this time.
Unlucky shot there, but we know Jason can knock those threes down. She is a great shooter. You don't want her to get hot because she has that ability. She will knock him down. Great job by Tara to get that ball inside, create the opportunity on the outside.
Hoiho. Oh, it's rebounded nicely here for Roberts here. Well, the lane shut quickly there, didn't it? Put the barriers up. Here comes Richards. Richards creates space for herself nicely there, but can't seal it.
Wow, that was a great drive and much better offensive set from the Hoiho.
Oh, Reed losing the ball out of bounds there. And is that going to go on Adams? It is.
Yep, it is. And again, Reed has that ability. She's so talented at getting that ball inside and drawing the foul. Even when she's dribbling the ball up the floor, if she knows the defense is on her, she's going to just slightly lean into them and force them to push her over and then try to draw a cheap little foul that way. But again, she's a scorer, and she knows how to do it, and she knows how to use her body well.
Oh, Reed looking great at the moment. And she goes back-to-back with those free throws. So, and now that lead is back out into a comfortable margin for the Kahu again. It's 6 points. So the Hoiho, who were leading by 5 at one stage. It's been a beautiful turnaround in this game for Northern Kahu. Just over 90 to play, and now they've turned it over, the Hoiho. So looking a little like they've lost their confidence a touch.
Yeah, just ever so slightly. And maybe the Blues were confusing her a bit because she just passed it right into the hands of Talia. Unfortunately misses that 3, but again, they need to try to get a better shot, not settle for a 3-pointer. Yes, get that ball inside, get some easy baskets.
Roberts here. It's going to be ruled a jump ball. Still going to be Hoiho ball, though. They're finding it really tough. Richards getting some good looks early in this game, but it's been a real struggle for them since.
I'm interested to see, maybe it's because Prechtel got an early foul, if they want to save her for the rest of the game and try to keep her in the whole time. But with the 6-player foul, she's got 2 fouls. Oh, so she's got 2 fouls. That's why she's down. But they do have 6-player fouls in the game.
Still 4 fouls to give. That's nicely done. That's good work there by number 4, Paige Bradley. She has 5 points in the Hoiho, and really that was 2 points badly needed. Still, they're only 4 behind. Here's Thomas. She is going to be a force in this league this year.
Just a tough matchup. Poor Zoe, she does not have the same size as Amari Thomas. Amari Thomas just a beast underneath and uses her body to her advantage.
It looks like Caitlin O'Connell's lost it. She has. So here's Thomas again. I think Thomas is going to really enjoy playing with some pretty established players.
Oh, absolutely.
Touched on Crystal Ledger-Walker, Penina Davidson, Tess Madgen still to come in, the Australian Opals captain. And it's been stolen there. Adams had her back to the ball, but still got it eventually. And she smashed right there. And she's going to go to the TAB to shoot a couple.
Yeah, the Hoiho are going to be glad with that foul, as they've probably got about 6 or 7 team fouls to the Kahu 2. So a little bit of a breather here, get a chance, reset, knock these 2 free throws down, try to close this lead. They started the game off really strong, but with the absence of Prechtel, their offense has been struggling to find their momentum.
12.9 seconds left in the first quarter. It's going to be Sophie Adams. 9 minutes she played the other night against the Tukumanoa Queens. 2 points, 2 rebounds, both free throws were her points. And she even maintains her 100% percentage for the season so far. But let's see what the Kahu can do on this last play here. Good work by Tauihi. Wide open for a three-pointer is Tini. She's short. And Roberts here looks up at the scoreboard. Puts up the prayer. It's not going to be answered. So there's the end of the first quarter. Good one for the visitors, the Northern Kahu. They trailed by 5 at one point, but in the end have overturned that deficit and lead by 4 at quarter time, 24-20. I hope you're enjoying the coverage here of the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa Game 2 for 2023. Kahu leading 24 points to 20. And there is this week's offer from Cells. Of course, we've got a couple of Cells NBL matches coming up a little bit later on today. The Nuggets playing the Airs and the Hawks playing the Jets. And there is the special that is locked in until the middle of next week. So go for it, folks. 3 games back to back here. Well, 4 really, counting the Sky Broadband Rapid League game.
A lot of basketball for your Saturday night.
Absolutely brilliant.
And then we got the All Blacks tonight as well.
And the All Blacks as well. To Paya. Now 24-20, even though the Kahu felt like they really dominated that first quarter in the end, margin's only 4 points, and that Hoiho should take some confidence out of that, but it's going to go to 7 potentially here with Reed all smiles after that play.
Oh, I mean, that was just a beautiful pass by Tauihi Tupai into Reed. Reed doing a great job cutting to the basket and getting that finish. Again, she's one of those players that you're going to have to look out for because she is lethal on the drive.
There is the 3-point play, and she is starting to look very good. She's already in double figures. She's on 11 points.
And expect that from her because she has the ability to score. Like, all of these players for the Kahu know how to score, and they are going to get there. So you've got to step out in front of them and make the task difficult.
Those jumpers have got to start falling for Paige Bradley and Elise Hurst if they want to keep in touch with this Kahu team. Reed, lovely pass, and there's 2 more for Thomas. They're just having a field day underneath at the moment.
Yeah, it's just too easy at the moment. The Hoiho need to apply some more defensive pressure, as they are known to do, but they're just looking a little bit timid on the defensive side of things at the moment. The sheer power and size of the Kahu proving to be a little bit difficult for them to handle.
9-point game. It's all of a sudden looking very good for the Kahu. Well, Kahu, remember, we're down by 5 midway through that first quarter. They were down 11-6 was the margin as we see that player timeout call, 11-6. So since then, the Kahu have outscored the Hoiho. My maths is correct here, 18-9. So it's been pretty decent. In fact, it's even more than that, isn't it? 23-9. They have really cranked it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why they are absolutely dominating. The Hoiho started off strong, but then again, a key player, Prechtel, went to the bench, and all of a sudden Kahu went on a massive run. And a lot of that had to do with Tara Reed. She has been unbelievable in the first quarter.
Well, Prechtel was going to come back on just then too.
She's missing something. They're looking for something on the floor. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's a contact or something. I don't know, but something is missing.
Well, we'll see what's happening here as we see the Hoiho try and create something offensively here. And the rebounding is good again from the Kahu's. Tupai picks up the ball, and the Kahu.
Oh, good hands.
Tupai's got it back then. Brilliant from Tauihi Tupai. And now Tini inside to Thomas. Thomas gets her own offensive rebound and then gets the foul.
I'm not a fan of that call. I thought that was great defense by the Hoiho. They were holding their ground well. You see here, she gets her own rebound, and maybe that by, oh yeah. Adams' hands did come down a little bit. And that's the hard thing when you're guarding such a dominant post like Amari Thomas. You have to resist the urge to slap down on her. If you're not in a good position, you just have to get your hands straight up and not let her get these 2 easy shots from the TAB. But it's not an easy feat because she is an absolute unit underneath.
Wow, it's a 7-0 run to start the second quarter. Hoiho have not scored in this quarter so far. Prechtel back out there now. Thomas has 11 points with those 2 free throws. She and Reed are really scoring heavily at the moment. Now this one needs to fall. It doesn't. And there's Tupai with the uncontested rebound.
I mean, it was a good offensive set by the Hoiho, but I want to see them do on a great steal there by Elise Hurst. Look out for her to be a dark horse of this league.
That's excellent play again from Zoe Richards. They needed that. She has 8 points.
There we go. That looks like the Hoiho team that we saw in the first round. Again, picking it up on the defensive side of things, trying to build their confidence back up on offense.
Reed going baseline. Still going to be Kahu ball as well defended by the Hoiho.
That's a great matchup there. I like that defensive matchup with Gallagher on Tara Reed. Gallagher's got the smart, she's got the experience to guard somebody like Tara because she is not an easy task.
Gallagher, 30 years of age now, been around a while. He knows how to play the game. And Reed gives it to Thomas. And there's Richards tumbling, and that's going to be a foul on number 11. It's Jason Tini.
Well, early on, Richards is going to need an ice bath after this game. She has hit the deck hard on a number of plays, but she just pops right back up. She's a resilient player. I love that about Richards. She'll get in there and match up with the toughest, the tallest, the biggest players. take a tumble and then pop right back up.
So Richards has played for New Zealand as well. Back in 2019, look at the space there. And now Prechtel, she's not going to miss from there. And there's Ashton Prechtel's first points in the game.
Hey, no better time. And again, another pass to Tenny that was behind her. She wasn't expecting it. But this is the kind of game we want to see. We want to see the back and forth between the two teams, and especially with players like Bradley and Prechtel, they're going to have a little 1-2 punch duo going on that is going to be exciting to watch.
Prechtel needs to get hot.
I don't want to see the Hoiho settle. I don't want to see them settle for those outside shots that they were doing towards the end of the first quarter. Like the Kahu are doing. The Kahu are going in and they're drawing the foul. They're getting to the line, getting the easy baskets. And then the Hoiho are just settling for those jumpers outside. Nah, you got to be tough, get in there, draw the foul, and try to cut this lead.
Well, let's see if that's the message from Todd Marshall. And if it is the message, we'll see if it's enacted by the players. So far, so good for the Kahu. Slow to get started, but we're seeing some real... 2 or 3 players really step forward nicely. Tauihi has 8 points. She's shooting at 50%. She has 3 rebounds, 3 steals already for Tauihi. And of course, those 2 players in double figures already, Thomas and Reed, both have 11 points at the moment. Kahu is shooting at 45%. And Hoiho 34.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a testament to the type of shots that the Kahu are taking versus the Hoiho.
They're getting much stronger looks inside for sure. And here's Prechtel. Let's see her go one-on-one with Thomas here. This will be interesting. Well, she created space for herself nicely. And Thomas got the rebound.
It was a great shoulder fake. Just couldn't get that shot to finish. But again, I'd like to see the Hoiho take advantage. They are a faster, more athletic team, I feel. And I think an offensive foul called here.
Oh, what the heck happened there? Tauihi has gone on her. And that was...
I think she just pushed her hip out just a little bit too much. And that's been an emphasis in both the Sal's NBL and the Tauihi League, is the offensive fouls. As I'm getting the thumbs down from Glenn here.
Yeah, lucky there's not a camera on me. You wouldn't be just getting a thumbs down. You're getting a pretty quizzical expression on my face as well. Let's see what the Hoiho can do. Here's Prechtel. Shot clock down to 5. Prechtel, tough shot that one. And yeah, I think that's come off a Kahu player.
It did. Like I was saying earlier, the Hoiho need to realize the matchups and try to use their speed to their advantage, especially when they've got the smaller lineup on the floor. Try to get those turnovers and then get out early in transition and get some easy baskets.
Gallagher looks as competitive and as motivated as ever. Bradley gives it back to Prechtel, who's going to line up that 3-pointer. Richards. Well, there's a lot of boxing out there going, but not much eyes on the ball as Prechtel now going to go one-on-one with Thomas again. Oh, this time she's short.
It's unfortunate. I would have liked to see her take one more step in towards Thomas, get a little bit more contact, but I think she's being wary with those 2 fouls.
Oh, that's hard luck for Gallagher there. She was in there trying to mix it up again.
I love that. Keep that pressure on. Try to force another turnover. Get yourselves on a run.
Oh, no way. That's a violation.
We saw that from the Kahu in the Rapid League game as well. A pass to the point guard right by the center court. Now, they were in the front court and they passed it back behind the center line. Which you can't do.
Bradley.
Oh, beautiful offense by the Hoiho. What a cut. What a setup by Bradley.
2 more to Zoe Richards. She has 10 points. Back to a 5-point game. It's funny, with Prechtel back out there, the Hoiho look a lot stronger, don't they?
Oh, definitely.
A lot more confident, and now they've got a turnover picked up by Richards. And there's a reach and foul. I say it's unsportsmanlike, but it's getting in that direction.
Richards took another tumble there. Talia Tauihi, she's got that heads-up defensive play. If she gets beat off the dribble, that's just her being smart and being in the position. That time she didn't get away with it, but she got away with it earlier in the game. The offense drives past her, and then she just swipes it out from behind without moving her feet. That time called for the foul, but that's a smart defensive play if you can get away with it.
Bradley, lovely pass. Prechtel's under the hoop there. And Bradley's missed a three. Richards trying to hustle for the ball, and she's not going to pick it up as Tamilo got it. And now the Kahu. Now the Kahu up by 11 points at one stage. It's back to 5. There goes the three-point attempt. There's Prechtel, those long arms grabbing the rebound.
Great rebound.
Bradley putting the foot down here. A real mess under the ball, and it's not going to be grabbed by Gallagher.
But you see the presence of 3 Hoiho under the basket, crashing those boards. That's exactly what they did in the first round. They just did extremely well, rebounding that ball offensively and getting the second chance points. That's what they've got to do against this Kahu team. Try to catch them sleeping on the defensive rebounds.
Thomas now to Jason Tini. Well, poor pass from Tini, picked off easily that time by the Hoiho as Bradley comes forward. Now a chance for the Hoiho again to cut this lead, perhaps down to 3. There's Prechtel. She's not going to miss from that range.
What a beautiful find and great use of her length. Finding that pass over the top. Paige Bradley, such a great point guard.
Gosh, it's been a real momentum shift game, hasn't it? Kahu up by 31-20 at one point in the second quarter. Now back come the Hoiho again, and there's Tauihi.
With the and one. Or was that a charge?
It was an offensive foul. And Hurst, it was the player going for a tumble.
I'm calling it now. I feel like Elise Hurst is going to be a silent assassin in this league. She just goes about her business. She's a solid player, and she'll knock down. She's got a beautiful jump shot from behind the arc and inside. So I just look out for Elise Hurst. She's going to be the dark horse of this competition, I feel.
Paige Bradley coming down court now, the Texas-born player. Now Prechtel again. She'd love to get one of those one-on-ones. And there is the advantage. That sweet mid-range jumper.
So pretty. And again, I think now again we're just seeing these players here in the New Zealand League for the first time. And obviously, Amari Thomas loves the contact underneath. And we're seeing from Prechtel that she has the soft hands, that she can knock it down from anywhere. And obviously so can Thomas.
Well, that stops a 10-0 run that the Hoiho had. And it's 13 points to Thomas. So we've got a good game on our hands now, haven't we? Oh, Richards, she sucked them in there. And there's 2 points to Zoe Richards.
Zoe really taking advantage of this matchup right now against the younger Victoria. And she's doing well on defense, trying to work her way around her and intercepting the passes, but on offense as well. Catching Victoria sleeping a little bit on the cuts.
I almost fell there by Hurst. Now Thomas. 3-point attempts. There's a stray, and here's Bradley with the rebound. Bradley, look at the pace. Oh, just a little heavy with the layup, but Prechtel there was following up nicely.
And that's exactly what they need to do. They need to push that ball, especially with the size that they have on the floor. Use their speed.
Ashton Prechtel, it's come off her. Not convinced it was.
Hard to tell from this angle, but it might have been off of Prechtel, but pleading her case nonetheless.
It's always good to argue with the referee. Just don't get called for a foul. That's it, Casey?
Yeah, that's it. That's the key.
Walk the fine line, but don't tumble.
Irritate them, don't piss them off.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Here comes the Kahu again. They're down by, well, they're up by 1 at the moment. Now Thomas.
Oh, great cut.
And that is smashed out of Udaseki's hands, and now Prechtel's got it for the Hoiho. Oh, lovely steal. That was read right beautifully there to Tauihi, who gives it nicely. And the layup's not going to drop there for Tauihi. So it's an open game at the moment as Hurst goes for 3. And how did that end up in a Hoiho's hands? I don't know. Now Prechtel, the game's loose at the moment, folks.
They're just playing ball right now. They're just free playing right now. Ball's going everywhere. Settle it down here for the Kahu. Try to get a good shot. For the Hoiho, try to get that steal and capitalize on this little run.
Tauihi. Inside it goes to Udaseki. Yeah, she did well there, but didn't seal it. Picked up nicely by Tini. And that left-handed shot is a foul, and she's going to the line to shoot another.
And that'll be the 3rd on Prechtel. Great job by Ash to stay in there and just showing her veteran presence. She knows to stay on that play. She's going to get that second chance. Great offensive rebound and find by Jason Tenney. It all started with the steal from Talia Tupaia in transition to set that play up.
Timeout on the floor. Kahu up by 3. So Prechtel picks up her 3rd foul, and we saw some serious damage inflicted by the Kahu when she was off the court the first time, Casey.
Oh, absolutely. But hey, the 3rd foul, she's only halfway through her personal fouls that she can give. Not bad for a first half. And I think that's a beautiful introduction into this league. You keep the players on the floor a little bit longer, especially these import players that, you know, they're bringing the attention to the teams and they're just showcasing their talent. That's what you want to show to the people. You want to bring everyone in and see some exciting basketball, and having them off with 5 fouls, I think it just doesn't do it for me. You know, the 6th foul, that's a really good introduction to the league.
Well, Prechtel's going to sit down with 6 points, 3 personal fouls. Of course, double header coming up here from Dunedin today, with the Nuggets hosting the Airs. If the Nuggets win that game, they're going to finish in second place.
Yep.
For the playoffs, and of course avoid that first round of the playoffs, go straight through to the semis with the Tuatara.
Yeah, how good would that be?
A lot on the floor coming up for the Nuggets a little bit later on today. Of course, the Hawks-Jets game, that's got some spice in it as well. Not only is it a Central North Island derby to end the season, but if the Hawks win that game, they will go into the top 6. And how good were they last week against the Tuatara? And now there's the 3-point play being completed by Udasiki. And now it is Kahu up by 4 with 2 minutes to play in this second period. Hope you enjoying this Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa game, folks. Let's see what the Hoiho can do. Can they hang tough here without their star player? And there's an off-the-ball foul. It's a charge. Hurst picks it up.
Yeah. Oh, was it Hurst or was it O'Connell? I think O'Connell might have extended the elbow on that screen. Just too good of a screen, but right in front of the ref. They're going to call that every time.
Jen O'Connell had a good game in the Rapid League match for the Southern Hoiho. She's out there now, just 2 points, but 12 rebounds in 16 minutes of action. Pretty impressive. And another foul given up here by the Hoiho.
I think Reed is responsible for drawing about 6 or 7 player fouls for the Kahu, just by herself, dribbling the ball like she does in the open court. She draws you in and makes you get up nice and tight, and then she'll go into you just enough to make you foul her back.
It's the 6th time she's been fouled in the first half.
The 6th time.
6th time.
I called it 6 times.
Incredible stuff by Tera Reid. And now here she is at the line. She's been going great with the ball too. Thomas is the leading scorer in the game with 13. And now Reid equals that with 13 points as well.
So when you're guarding Tara, the way to beat that is to give her an initial bump when she takes that first dribble. Oh, and that's probably nice for Gallagher to get a foul on Tara, but you've got to give her an initial bump, not an obvious one, just an initial bump, and you can't bump her again after that. If you get that second bump, it's going to be a foul every single time. And Tara is a smart player, and she knows that, and that's why she's been so incredible on offense this game.
So here's Gallagher at the line. This is the first free throw. 10 points in the last game against the Tokomanua Queens. She needs to heat up as well. She has 4 in this game now for her team, and here is more possession coming for the Southern Hoiho.
That's some great defense by Paige Bradley. She learned from her mistake the last time and didn't get that second foul.
Going to be a timeout. Still tight, isn't it? Paige Bradley, key player as well. That good player, touched on all those assists she got the other day. 11, Paige Bradley. She already has 4 in this game.
11's just 1 off the record of 12, right? 12 assists in the Tauihi last season. And she's got that ability to beat it every game, I think.
It's a 4-point game. Reid actually has 12 points, and it's Murray Thomas with 13. She's the leading scorer. Zoe Richards is the leading scorer for the Hoiho at the moment with 12. She's shooting at 83%. She just missed one shot.
That's pretty good. Pretty good numbers there from Richards. She's been so solid this game, both defensively. I mean, she's had a tough matchup with Amari Thomas underneath, obvious size difference. But then when she was matching up against Victoria, she did a great job reading the pass and using her speed and quickness to get around her.
I mean, she's shooting great, but she's also picked up 7 rebounds in the game so far and 2 steals.
She is an all-around great player, Zoe Richards.
She's letting it rip in this one, but for her team to stay with the Auckland Bay side, they're going to need her to continue that all the way through the rest of this game, particularly too with Prechtel in a bit of foul trouble. And here's Bradley. 1:30 to play in this first half. Hurst, tough shot for her, easily blocked there by Tupaia, and here comes Reed for the Kahu. Over across to Jason Tini.
Oh, good defense.
Oh, wonderful work there from Jen O'Connell. And she's
Great
fouled as well.
Beautiful defense.
Well, that was a real effort play from her.
Oh, absolutely. And for a big gal like herself to go coast to coast, what a great job. Got that steal underneath, used her foot speed, got down the floor and found herself at the TAB.
Well, we touched on her performance in the Sky Broadband Rapidly game. She was one of the stars in that contest earlier this afternoon. No doubt about it, there's her first point. She didn't get any minutes against Tokomanawa in the main game the other night, so here is her first game this year. She doesn't get the second free throw, so it's a 3-point game. Back to a 3-point game. Kahu still leading. We have not led for some time.
Oh, beautiful play.
Since midway through that first quarter, and now they've got a chance to close it again.
Hey, that pass from the top of the wing, up there by half court from Tara is such a difficult pass. However, it was made easier by the hands being down on the defensive side of things. When you're guarding Talia Tupaia, you've got to have a hand in her face and a hand ready to deflect the pass because she can sling it anywhere.
She's a great player. So Hoiho doing much better now with Prechtel not on the floor. It's Bradley puts one up from the free throw line, doesn't drop. She gets her own rebound, a little fortunate there, but you know, you make your own luck. Here's Bradley again. Shot clock down to 7. And a little foul there, not too much contact from Udaseke, but referees
when you reach with
that every time.
Yeah, when you reach with that inside hand across the body, that's going to be a foul every time. And she knew it, she called it. So, yep, I was reaching, my bad.
So Hurst goes to the line now. She's 3 points in the game now. This is good stuff by the Southern Hoiho to stay close here with their opponents. 4 points in the game for Hurst. So here is the last 30 seconds. Tupaia. Thomas looking to create space. And referees didn't like that one.
No, they did not. Again, that has been a point of emphasis, especially in the Sal's NBL, of not shifting out of your cylinder when you're setting that screen. You cannot push your hip out, you can't extend any part of your body, you can't shuffle your feet because they're going to be calling that every single time, as it has been a point of emphasis from the referees.
Great to see Leanne Walker as well, coaching the Kahu, helping to coach the Kahu. What a player she was back in the day. Magnificent player.
You talk about the players for Kahu, but look at the coaching staff with Leanne Walker and Jodie Cameron, 2 of the best to do it in New Zealand. They couldn't ask for better mentors.
I remember once calling a game with Leanne Walker, and I said to her, right, here, your daughter's pretty decent. She'd be, and then I said, this is when she was like very young.
Yeah.
And I said to her, but I mean, she must be, she's going to have a hell of a job matching what you achieved because she's way better than me, Glenn. So there you go. And both her daughters.
Yeah, both the daughters.
Players.
Unbelievable. Highly talented family.
Of course, we're going to see Crystal suiting up for the Kahu soon. Along with Panina Davidson and Tess Matchkin. And again, I'm still shaking my head as to how good that Kahu team should be.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
All of their good players are available. You see Thomas there, you know, and this is the adjustment. You probably did as well when you came over, Casey, from the States. It's a bit of an adjustment.
Yeah.
To the way the game is officiated here.
Yeah.
That, you've got to get used to, and fast.
Yeah, it's well, especially with this Tauihi League. There's not many games to play, so you have to be on your toes every single game and be ready to make those adjustments on the fly.
Let's see what. A little reach in by Reed.
That'll be your second foul on Tara.
Yeah, and it's going to be 11.2 seconds, so a chance here for just the Hoiho to hit the reset button on their play. Just a chance for them to take the lead. They were down by 11 earlier in this quarter. It's been a magnificent comeback here from them. They looked, for all money, looked like they were really going to struggle through this game. So it's, but they put their hard hats on and they've got to work.
Well, and that's exactly it. It's a team of workhorses, this Southern Hoiho team. They know what it takes. They're going to fight tooth and nail to stay in this game. And it's the effort plays that are going to help them throughout the entire match.
We've got a tied ball game with 11.2 seconds to play. We're going to have a player timeout here. Sky City player timeout.
Who are they going to get it to in this Sky City player timeout?
Reed.
Yeah, I reckon Reed. She'll get the drive in or she'll get the shot. But Talia Tupaya, we saw her do it time and time again last season. She gets that on-ball screen. She just keeps that dribble alive and finds a way, just drives in and then manages to get a shot off.
Well, Tupaya, Thomas and Reed are all scoring at more than 50%. So they've got some options. Teeny to inbound it. Tupaya's going to get it. Ooh, almost a half-court violation, almost fouls as well. Good D by the Hoiho there. It's really put pressure on. Reed's still going to get a shot up in time, is she? And they didn't. Excellent work by the Hoiho to keep the Kahu quiet on that last 10 seconds. That was really good work from them. And we have a very interesting second half coming up here in this game of Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. The teams are locked up at 37-all at halftime. Half-time here in the second game of Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa for 2023. And it's nice and tight, isn't it? 37 apiece between the Southern Hoiho and the Northern Kahu here from Dunedin. Hope you're enjoying the game. And, well, we've got two leading scorers there for the Kahu with Thomas and Reed going well. They're both in the double figures. Got to give a shout out to Zoe Richards, as we did during the second quarter. Not only is she scoring a lot of points, but she's working so hard off the ball as well, Casey.
Oh, absolutely. She's rebounding the ball extremely well and playing defense really well. When she's outmatched size-wise, she's doing a phenomenal job. As you see there, she's grabbed down 7 rebounds. Amari Thomas doing a fantastic job as well in her debut. 6 rebounds and, was it 13 points?
13 points.
13
She's
points.
having a very good game.
But again, you see the Hoiho rebounding the ball extremely well.
She almost was uncontested when Prechtel wasn't on the court. And Bradley going well with the assists again. Remember, she got double figures the other. Was it 11 assists? Was it 12 assists? 11 assists.
11 assists.
In game 1, so 15 across 2 games already. It's not too bad.
Not too bad at all. But again, Kahu looking like they're distributing the ball extremely well as well.
Just a block each in the game. Prechtel, for me, is going to be the big wild card in this game. What impact after sitting out a lot of the first half due to foul trouble? She's only played 12 minutes. It's going to be interesting. If she can stay, clean, so to speak, Asen, this could be a big up for the Hoiho.
Yeah, I mean, you saw how quickly the momentum shift when she came back onto the floor. They were down 11, and then all of a sudden, they were back into it. So if she can stay on the floor, the Hoiho will have a great chance.
Just a reminder, too, we have 2 more games coming today of hoops action, both in the Cells NBL, the Nuggets and the Airs coming up straight after this game, and the Hawks-Jets game coming up a little later on from Napier. So there we are, half-time. We'll be back for the second half of this game here between the Hoiho and the Kahu. Stay with us. Action continuing in just a moment here from Dunedin. Thank you for staying with us. It's 37 all. Hoiho and the Kahu. It's not too far away from the start of the third quarter here in Dunedin. Got a crowd building up to double header coming. Of course, the Nuggets and the Airs coming in themselves NBL. Reminding you that the Nuggets win that game, they'll finish second. Join the Tuatara as the two teams that will bypass the first round of the playoffs. And the next four teams, pretty much knockout, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
We're only a few days away from finals for 2023 at Truss Arena. Coming up on the 20th. And that's coming up in just 5 days' time. Terrific end to the season. We've got a few games to go before we get there. As I touched on those two tonight between the Nuggets and the Airs and the Hawks and the Jets. Top scorer in the game here so far is Zoe Richards with 13 and Thomas with 13, and all eyes on Prechtel. She played just 12 minutes in the first half, is on 3 personal fouls. She got 37 minutes against the Tokomanawa Queens, 25 points, 21 rebounds, and she looms as a big wild card.
Yeah, absolutely. Her presence is key for this Hoiho team. Now, if you're the Hoiho, you probably want to match somebody else on Thomas just in case Prechtel gets another cheap foul underneath, because that's exactly what they're going to try to do. If Prechtel's guarding Thomas, they're going to get that ball inside to her, and they're going to let her go to work to try to draw a 4th foul from Prechtel. So in order to keep her in the game, I reckon you've got to keep her off Thomas.
Well, you put Jen O'Connell on her then, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Jen or what's her name?
Sophie Adams.
Yep. Yes, Sophie Adams, because she did a great job with her underneath. But Thomas is just, she's a tough ask for anyone to guard. She's so strong underneath, and she uses her body extremely well. And the Kahu, they're going to do a great job of getting that ball into her. And she's shown that she can shoot from outside. She's not scared to shoot the ball either. So not only is she a threat underneath, but you've got to watch her stretching the floor as well.
Those long arms. You know what? I think we were anticipating and kind of licking our lips with the matchup, one-on-one match. We've got a couple of opportunities between Prechtel and Thomas, but they're very different inside players, aren't they?
Completely different. One is brute, bulldozing strength, and the other is a finesse, stretch you out, take you, dribble you down, shoot a fadeaway shot. And I'd like to see Prechtel get a little bit more physical, but not sure if that's really her style of play. But it'll be an exciting matchup for the rest of the half.
It sure will. Zoe Richards, keep your eye on her. What a wonderful first half from her. Fantastic all-round performance, both ends of the court. Gallagher's smiling away. Good positive vibe in this Hoiho. And of course, they'll leap out to 7 points on the competition table if they win this contest, having won the Rapid League game earlier today by 30 points to 17.
I mean,
in fact, hang on, I better get that score right. 33 to 20.
33 to 20. I mean, defeating the top 2 finishing teams from the previous season is a pretty solid start for the Hoiho if they can accomplish it.
See, well, look at all the space there for Gallagher. And the Hoiho take the lead for the first time since midway through the first quarter.
And that was a great drive, great recognition, just a little bit slow on the defensive side of things for Tinney, but great job by Gallagher to recognize and take it all the way.
Gallagher has 6 points. Remember, the Kahu led by 31 to 20. Not long into the second quarter. The shot clock down to 2 seconds. Reed gets it away just in time. A little sluggish there, the Kahu, as we see Hurst come down court. Gets a screen from Prechtel. Richards, there she is, hustling away off the left hand.
Beautiful job. Great job by Zoe Richards to stay on that play, to fight her way in and finish with the left hand.
She goes to 15 and is the leading scorer in this game. And the Kahu start off slowly with the Hoiho getting 4 points, and now they've turned it over again, the Northerners.
Yeah, Talia has really got to watch that, because if she's drawing that much attention on her offensive screens this early. It's going to be a problem for her all season. Didn't even try to hide it. She pushed her bum out there and extended her hip, and that's going to be a foul every time, especially with that being a point of emphasis this season.
Well, Tauihi, Thomas and Reed now have 3 fouls each. So that's another little note to a statistical category just to keep our eye on down this game.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can get any sort of cheap fouls against those top players, you're going to give yourself a much better chance to win this game.
Here's Reed. 3-pointer doesn't fall. Picked up by Paige Bradley. And away she comes, the American. Gets a screen there from Richards. Here's Prechtel down low, and that's 2 easy points for her. That is Meal, and she's going to eat that up.
She got a little bit physical on that one, but I don't think Tara was fighting her too much on that.
She can't. She's on 3 personal fouls, and there goes Tauihi drawing a foul on Gallagher.
Keller tried to help her up. Talia didn't want a bar of it.
Tauihi's actually got 4 fouls. That last foul that she considers her 4th personal foul.
Wow.
Not her 3rd. So Tauihi's on 4, Thomas on 3, Reed on 3 at the moment. It'll be interesting to see how Jodie Cameron kind of negotiates that early in the 3rd quarter. And they're all out there at the moment too, Casey.
I mean, Talia is a smart enough player. You can leave her on the floor. She knows when not to foul.
She missed both free throws there. So the Kahu still haven't scored in this 3rd quarter just yet as Prechtel comes down court. Now Richards. Prechtel gives it back to Hurst. And it's rebounded there by the Kahu. And away comes point guard, and it's not converted by Tauihi. And here comes Bradley, stretching the legs out again, gives it to Gallagher, and there goes 2 more, and it's a foul on Thomas. And it's going to be Samara Gallagher going to the line to shoot. And 1 from the TAB.
And that'll be 4 fouls on Thomas as well. So you've got Thomas on 4.
We talked about Prechtel and the challenges that Todd Marshall had with Prechtel getting into early foul trouble. Now it's completely flipped to the other team, isn't it?
You've got Talia on 4, you've got Jason Tenney on 2, you've got Thomas on 4, Tara on 3, and that's a lot of their starters in foul trouble.
Yeah, the only starter that doesn't have a personal foul is Tauihi, who has none. So, yeah, 13 fouls conceded by the Kahu, just 1 by a bench player.
Well, then you got on the other side of things, Prechtel's still on 3, Gallagher only on 2, as well as Bradley, and then everybody else seems to be pretty safe on the foul side of things. Sophie Adams has 2, Tyler Mitchell has 2, but again, those 2 pretty safe.
Here's a stat for you too. The Kahu have been stuck on 37 points since 1 minute 52 to play in the 2nd quarter.
Well, that's a great job by the Hoiho, shutting them down.
They led 37 to 32 at that stage, the Kahu. So the Hoiho at the moment on a 13-point run.
And that's exactly what they're going to need to do against the Kahu team. They need to relish in those leads and try to extend them even more, because you've got a stacked Kahu team that has the ability to bring this game right back.
So there's been some massive runs in this. That 13-0 run's the biggest in the game for the Hoiho. Earlier, of course, the Kahu were on a 9-point run. So it's been a game of big momentum shifts as Gallagher can't convert the 3-point play. Well, let's see if the Kahu can stop this run now with Reed coming down court. Thomas still out there.
Oh, great defense by Gallagher.
Oh, and that was Tauihi almost losing the ball there. And Tauihi now settles it down with 7 on the shot clock. Trying to work off Hurst. And Tauihi, that's all class right there.
A great finish, great drive. Using that screen well, getting into the paint and getting that nice finish.
Well, they went icy cold for 5 playing minutes. Yeah, the Kahu, that's finally ended now with that layup. It's Bradley. Here's Hurst. Kicking it back to Zoe Richards, who's got 3-pointers in this game, and she's driven to the basket really well as well. Offensive rebound, 2 more for Zoe Richards.
That's just what you can't allow to happen. You can't let the same player that took that layup get her own rebound, but a great job by Richards to, again, stick with that play and get the offensive rebound. And unfortunately...
Is that a double dribble?
It must have been a double dribble by Eliana. Great pressure by Paige Bradley there.
Well, it's all going the Hoiho's way at the moment.
Oh, what
Prechtel,
a
lovely pass. Prechtel didn't get the layup and now is fouled, rebounding the ball, and it's gone on Reed. Another starter, another foul.
And that's her 4th foul. And look at this wraparound pass from Gallagher and a beautiful cut. Just couldn't get that finish for Prechtel. And stuck with it, and Tara just gave her too much contact, knocked her off. And we're back to the Hoiho possession.
Prechtel off the inbound pass. Is it going to roll in? It will. Off the front of the hoop. She has 10 points now. Does Ashton Prechtel.
Shooter's touch on that last one. She'll be glad to see that one go in.
Lead out to 10. It's extraordinary, isn't it? Biggest lead the Kahu have had is 11. What a turnaround here as we see Tupaia. And she gets a foul that time. Now one might go on Zoe Richards. It also might have gone on Hurst.
I think it was on Zoe Richards.
Yeah, Richards, what a force she's been in the game.
Absolutely. She has been the glue for this Hoiho team. She's been there the whole time. Rebounding well, shooting extremely well, shooting 77% all around. Only 66% from the free throw line, but hope to see those numbers go up as the game goes on.
Well, she's got one of her 2 3-pointers as well, as we see Talia Tupaia go back to the line here. And now these free throws from the TAB absolutely critical. She has 12 points. Lead is back to 9. Bradley. Here's Hurst. Hurst just steps back for a 3-pointer and nails it.
She'll be glad to see that one go down. She's been struggling from behind the arc this game, but like I said earlier, and I'll stand by it, she's got, oh, Paige Bradley with the steal. And the finish.
Wow, it's timeout time surely now for Jodie Cameron. And some full court pressure coming from the defense too. Here's Bradley almost stealing it again. And there's a little reach and foul. That was really unfortunate for Paige Bradley.
Just look at the hustle, the determination of Bradley on the defensive side of things. She's working her tail off, applying that full court pressure extremely well. And that's something that you want to have from your point guard. You want them to be extremely active when they're, well, Cowboys on the floor. You want them to be active on both ends of the floor, especially defensively, to try to put pressure on this Kahu team.
Here's Tupaia. Reed looking inside here for Thomas.
Oh,
Thomas.
and the block! The rejection from Gallagher. Great defense. Unbelievable play. Everything going in the direction of the Hoiho at the moment. Kahu just seem a little bit lost.
And I like the fact they've done exactly what you suggested they should have done at half time there. They've not put Prechtel on Thomas. They've put Gallagher on.
Yep. Gallagher's just a great defender, and she can guard anybody. And she's smart. She knows not to foul. And I think that's a great... Oh, they do have Prechtel on Thomas.
Maybe. We'll see if it switches out. It didn't on the last play. Here goes the 3-point attempt from Tupaia, not dropping, and Richards. Loose ball rebound for her. What a performance here from the Hoiho to turn around this 11-point deficit. They are just nailing it at the moment. Prechtel. Richards back to Prechtel.
Is that going to be a travel?
Looks like she took a little step.
Yeah, she might have lifted that foot before she got going. But again, we see Prechtel really loves that outside jumper, doesn't she? When she gets that ball from the top of the key, she's going to pull up rather than bully it down.
That was a overcooked shot, and now Prechtel with that rebound. She got over 20 rebounds in that last game against Tucumana. That's her 8th of this game. Gallagher looking inside for the tall Prechtel. She's got it now. Tupaia marking up on her at the moment. There's a little pass into Caitlin O'Connell. Couldn't nail it, but Richards. All energy again, Zoe Richards, to get the offensive rebound as Hurst puts up the 3.
Oh, and again, the hustle play from the Hoiho, just crashing the boards.
Hurst with another 3-pointer attempt, and it's taken this time by Tamilo. And now the Kahu finally get their hands on the ball.
Oh, fortunately for them, Hurst is missing her 3-pointers at the moment, but getting plenty of opportunities to knock them down. I think that's going to be on Zoe Richards again. Too physical on defense, but I'm loving her play at the moment. She has been so present working her tail off on both ends of the floor. As you can see, she is holding this Hoiho team together.
It's her third foul. But remember, 6 personal fouls is the foul outline in the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa games. Now Thomas. A little reach in there by Caitlin O'Connell. She's going to pick up a foul there. That's her first foul.
Again, not a bad foul, but again, that's 2 back-to-back fouls that you probably don't need to give away at the moment. Just kind of stopping your own team's momentum. You just got to play smarter on defense and not give them multiple chances at the TAB.
So it's going to be Reed to go to the line. Hasn't scored in the second half until now. That's her 13th point. Join the TAB, deposit $10, get a free $50 bonus bet. Go to tab.co.nz. Bet responsibly, folks, as Reed nails the second free throw. She has 14 points. And still a 12-point margin here for the Hoiho. Home team, remember, looking to start the season perfectly here with 2 wins in a row. Throw in that 1 point on the competition table from that rapidly game, and it's starting to look pretty good at the moment.
That's just heads-up offense from the Hoiho. A great backdoor cut, recognizing the mismatch on defense and getting that shot, that easy 2-pointer from Hurst.
And there she is, stealing the ball now, Hurst. Hurst has 9 points in the game, could be 12. It is
that
12
3-ball.
points.
What a shot from Hurst. What a pull-up. Rewarded herself for working her tail off on defense and got that 3. She's got 2 on the game now. Like, Kahu just need an answer back.
It's not clicking for them at all of a sudden, isn't it? Tamilo is still out there. Reed has it. Can't get the ball inside to Thomas at the moment. She's been tightly marked. And here comes O'Connell. Thomas hardly touched the ball in the second half. Here's Prechtel. Lost it. Almost got it back, but Thomas has it for the Kahu.
Great hands there by Ratoria, recognizing Prechtel had her back to her and just stuck her hand in there enough to get that turnover.
Martini's lost it. Ambitious pass as O'Connell shut the lane down, and it's Zoe Richards. Gets it back from... Oh, there's 2 points. No, it's missed actually from Prechtel. I can see Roberts here is back out there now for the Hoiho.
I think Richards wanted Robert Hare to take that shot. I don't think she was expecting it to come back to her.
Thomas, wide open in the corner is Tini. She's missed the 3-pointer. Thomas, lovely offensive rebound and soft hands. Helps herself to 2 points. She has 15.
Yeah, great job by Thomas to stick with that play. She just used her body well, knocked Prechtel off the ball, and got that offensive rebound. Again, that's what the Kahu need to do. Off the misses, you've got to crash the boards.
O'Connell goes for 3. Just a touch short, and there's a good rebound by Thomas. 2 minutes to play in this third quarter. There's Tauihi's got a foul out of O'Connell again.
Yeah, and Tauihi has that ability as well. Between her and Tara, they've got that ability to drive in and draw the foul. Again, O'Connell thought she was in a good position, but just enough of a bump to draw that foul. Again, Tauihi finding herself at the TAB.
Tamilo's going to check out, and in comes Udaseke.
Tauihi only shooting 25% from the line tonight.
Yeah, she's only got 1 from 4.
I think that's uncharacteristic for her. Normally she's pretty on the free throw line.
She averaged, remember, last year 18 points per game. Was the MVP of the league. And now she has 10 in this game. Kahu needs stops to close out this third quarter. Bradley looking for Prechtel. Here comes Richards. Bradley, shot clock down to 6. Oh, another off the ball foul. Looks like it's gone on to IT. Yes, it has. It was Rangi Brown who picked up that foul, who's out there now, number 20.
I think it was on Tuati.
Let's see if the Hoiho can take advantage here. Bradley. Kicking it out here. Oh, she stood on the sideline there, did Caitlin O'Connell, so it's going to be Kahu ball.
And good for the Kahu. Great defensive stop. Got them to turn the ball over. Now can they capitalize? Try to close this gap even more before the fourth quarter.
Rangi Brown back to IT. And to Paya. Sheen Reed looking to get something to Paya. Lovely little soft shot, but she got the ball beautifully away there from Gracie Roberts here. And now Tupaya helps herself to 2 more, and she goes to 11 for the game.
And that's just a toughness play by Tupaya. She missed that shot, probably frustrated she missed it, and she stuck with it, ripped it right out of O'Hare's, who was it? Whose hands was it?
Yeah, it was Roberts' hair.
Roberts Hare's hands. Got the finish. Hoiho probably glad to find themselves at the TAB as they've had a couple of stalls on the last offensive plays.
Well, here is Paige Bradley at the line. She's having another great all-round game. 8 points, but she's really been influential in the game with 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Paige Bradley and Prechtel look like very good pickups.
Oh, absolutely. Her presence on defense is enough to create havoc for the other team. As you can see, when she's pressuring that ball full court, it puts a lot of pressure on the Kahu.
Richards was making a nuisance of herself up
and
here.
There she goes again with the pressure.
Bradley with the steal. What a wonderful game from her. It's her 3rd steal of the contest, and they're going to have more possession here.
Yeah, I think she was trying to go to Prechtel there, but I think the pass to O'Hare, Hare in the corner would have been a better 1-2 punch into Prechtel.
Here's Bradley. Lovely pass into Prechtel under the hoop. Wants that foul, and she gets it.
Prechtel really looking like she doesn't want a lot of contact underneath there. She'd rather fade away to hit that shot, but she takes one more step into the defense. She'll have a better chance of finishing this one. Again.
Good composure by Prechtel there.
Yep, she caught that ball a little off balance. Able to find herself at the TAB.
Prechtel this is the first time she's gone to the line in this game.
Just such a lovely shot. Great rotation on the ball.
And preserves this healthy lead here for the Hoiho. She has 12 points in the game now, the American Prechtel. Just over 30 seconds to play in this 3rd quarter. Tupaya squeezing between those 2 defenders really well.
Oh.
And creating space for herself beautifully there. Tupaya's going back to the line to shoot a couple.
It's a tough task carrying a team, but I feel like that's what she's taken upon herself. She knows that she's got to be more present. She's got to try to create some more offense for the Kahu at the moment, who are struggling a bit. Just kind of dribbling the ball around the outside, doing a couple handoffs, not really penetrating the defense, but Talia there splitting the D and getting in, and again finding herself back at the line.
13 points in the game for Tupaya. This has been a magnificent quarter for the Hoiho. So Tupaya gets to 14 in the game now. Thomas leading the scoring for the Kahu with 15. Leading the game high is Zoe Richards with 17. This is Caitlin O'Connell. Working hard. Backup point guard. And here comes a shot. Lovely drive to the hoop there, and it is Gracie Roberts here with 2 points.
What a beautiful drive there by Roberts Hare. She split the D and then got that finish, that little floater right over the top. Excellent quarter by the Hoiho so far.
They have outscored the Northern Kahu by 15 in that quarter. Remember, it was 37 all at halftime. It's now 65-50 at 3-quarter time. Well, this is a great performance from the Southern Hoiho. They're in the box seat as we closing on the last quarter of this Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa match. And there's the offer this week from Sal's. That offer valid until the middle of next week. And that's their code block for either one of those two pizzas. Big job coming up here for the Kahu, who led by 11 midway through the second quarter. Now they trail by 15. A 26-point turnaround in this match. Extraordinary. Let's see what they can cook up here. The Kahu, as we see Thomas trying to create space on Adams. Does a great job there, Thomas. Doesn't drop for the three-point play.
Almost got the and one. I love the defense by Adams, just leaning a little bit too far forward. She's got to get her butt down and keep those feet moving, not lean into Thomas so much, and she'll be able to get away with that. But on that one, great job by Thomas, recognizing the contact and drawing the foul.
16 points here to Thomas. University of Connecticut and UCLA is where she went. Over here in New Zealand for the first time. Great life experience, isn't it, for players to come over to New Zealand, as you well know, Kaysen.
Oh, yeah. You come over here, you never leave.
Here is Prechtel with a three. Oh, that's a big basket right there.
Great shot by Prechtel. She'll be happy to see that one go in. Oh, Hoiho might have got away with a foul there. And they got the ball back. They did get the ball back.
Look at Gallagher. She's just loving it.
Oh, yeah. She's so smiley. I love it. Love to see people happy on the court.
That was Prechtel's first three of the game, by the way, that one. She'd been 0 from 3 before that from beyond the arc. Here she is again. Inside it goes to Adams. Nice move from Adams.
What a phenomenal move by Adams. Great use of the pivot foot. Got Tarai off her defensively and then drove it to the hoop.
Good to see Adams stepping up. She has experience, of course, in the old New Zealand League with Canterbury and the Otago Gold Rush. And she's now mixing it nicely in this, of course, quality-driven Basketball Aotearoa League.
I love it. She is stepping up to the task.
19-point margin. Unbelievable.
We've got to remember this Kahu squad is missing a few of its key players who are away at the moment, but this is giving the other players a chance to step up and get their feet a little bit adjusted to this league.
There's some real quality coming back into this Kahu team, remember. Crystal Ledger-Walker, Panina Davidson, and Tess Madgen, the Opals captain, the Australian captain, Olympian Tess Madgen. And of course, she scored 14 points against the Tall Ferns in the Asia Cup recently, which in that 3rd and 4th place playoff match.
Yeah, that's a steal for the Kahu. They've got a completely stacked team. It'd be interesting to see how it shakes out this season with such a star-studded lineup.
Well, that's all to come. It's a tantalising little scenario coming for us to enjoy. Oh, great pass to Prechtel, and that's off her, unfortunately. Ashlyn Prechtel couldn't seal that one to help herself to 2 more.
Yeah, that was a great play. Just couldn't get that finish. Great pass in. Let's see if the Kahu have an answer back for this Hoiho. Just absolutely dominating at the moment.
Righty, Rangi Brown still out there, and Reed and Tupaya. Now Thomas. Gonna drive into the hoop, kicks it out to Tera Reed, who nails that one for 2 more. She has 17 points.
That was a great shot. Good find by Thomas. I thought she was going to take that one in, but she found Tara in the corner. A great finish.
Prechtel. Adams couldn't grab the ball, and here comes Tauihi. Rangi Brown. Still out there to Paya. Ooh. And, ooh, it's a charge, was it?
No, I think that's a call on Hurst.
Yeah.
Interesting call there. I'd like to see the replay. Here we go. TJ Gardner-Holmes replay. I don't have a comment on that one.
Well, I think we know what you mean then.
No comment.
Tauihi. Here's Thomas. Oh, Rangi Brown's lost it, and Gallagher doing what she does best. Prechtel with the offensive rebound, and she's fouled there by Rangi Brown.
That's always the hardest to make, the ones where you know you should make it, you get the steal, you're all by yourself in the open. As you see here, Gallagher pushing the ball well, and then just got a little tap on the head. Maybe that threw her off, but Prechtel there to clean it up.
And win the foul, of course. Something happening off court here. Referees have clarified whatever they needed to clarify. As we see O'Connell back out there now too for the Hoiho. Lovely play from Caitlin O'Connell, and she's fouled taking that shot. Who's that gone on to player?
Maybe Reed?
Oh, if it's gone on either, it'll be their 5th foul.
Oh, good thing they've got 6.
That's correct. Might need every single one of them in this game too, Kaysen.
Hey, great job by O'Connell to stick with that drive. She realized she was shut down going to the left and spun back to the right and drew that foul. Again, the Hoiho doing a much better job getting into the paint in this second half.
O'Connell misses her 2 free throws. The Hoiho still have a big margin, just under 8 to play. Rangi Brown again. To Paya. There's Thomas, that's good play. Ooh, it was rejected though by Gallagher, and here she comes down court. Gallagher has had some big plays in the game, including that pass right there.
What a great combination there. Gallagher with the block, gets it down the floor and finds Prechtel in transition. Great finish by Prechtel.
Prechtel hardly troubled the scorers in the first half. She's now rocketed up to be equal top scorer with Zoe Richards for the Hoiho with 17 points each.
Yeah, you know, she's not going to be scoreless. She's never going to be scoreless unless she's injured. So Prechtel doing a great job getting those finishes. Again, I know it's not as easy as it was for her in the first round, but again, she's doing a great job sticking with it, working her tail off and getting those easy opportunities.
Well, bad news for the Kahu. Bradley's back out there. Here's Gallagher looking for Prechtel inside. No, lane open that time, and she's taken steps. Must have just moved the toenail just a fraction.
Just the toenail. Just the tip of the toenail. Just enough.
Well, 4 players on 4 fouls now for the Kahu. To Pryor, Thomas, Reed, Tauihi. Reed's taking a seat on the bench for the meantime. Sitting down with 19 points.
Oh.
Pass. Here's Thomas. Mid-range jumper's no good. And here's Richards with the rebound. It's her 10th of the game. She's got a double-double now. And there's Hurst. This will be a killer.
Oh, the three-point assassin from behind the arc. Great find. What a job knocking it down in transition. Elise Hurst.
Now the biggest lead of the game now for Hoiho. 21 points. The Kahu, remember, we're on 37 at halftime, and they've only added 17 points since.
They're just looking a little bit panicked up on the three-point line on offense, just kind of doing a dribble weave, handoff to one another, expecting one another to do the work, you know. Apart from this lady right here, she's doing a great job getting into the paint. But I'd like to look for more action inside for the guards. Try to fight their way in and then look for the kick out. But that weave around the top is proving to be quite easy to guard for this Hoiho team.
Well, that was a foul on Zoe Richards. That's her 4th personal foul. Fabulous game. 17 points, 10 rebounds, 3 steals for Zoe Richards.
Yeah, she's been unbelievable this game. Solid all around.
Well, that is 2 free throws there to Udaseki. Interesting, isn't it? How many free throws the Kahu have got? Remember, they scored 54 points in the game.
Yeah.
And I think it's 24 free throws.
Yeah, well, compared to the Hoiho, they've got 20 free throws. So
yeah, that's a much higher percentage in the Kahu. So what is that in the Kahu score? That's closing on just under 50% of their points.
yeah, and That's exactly right. They're doing a great job getting it inside, but not good enough as the Hoiho are capitalizing on the three-point plays in transition. And they just look like a more cohesive unit at the moment. Kahu just looking a little bit disheveled, trying to figure each other out, you know, and again, that foul's on Hurst. I think that's her third or fourth.
Miss Hurst, their third personal foul, yeah. The shooting percentage, 15 from 45 from the Kahu, that's 33%. That's not good enough, is it?
That's not good enough, especially against this Hoiho squad. So you'll see here, Natalia, great job, rejects the screen here, and then draws the foul. Just too aggressive on defense there. I don't mind it though, because that's how
right.
you've got to play her like that. You can't give her any easy looks. If you give her any space, she's going to blap a three in your face. If you get too far into her, obviously she's going to draw the foul, but that's the type of defense you need to play on a player with as Talia Tupaia.
Well, and just to re-emphasize that point, Tupaia's only got 4 field goals in the match.
Yeah.
And she has 16 points, so there's a lot of free throws on her scorecard.
Yeah.
7 of them now for Tauihi.
Man, how many does Reed have? I know Reed's been living at the line a little bit. She's 10 for 13.
And she's got 19 points in the game. It's a lot of free throws going down for the Kahu. They just can't get those 2-pointers, 3-pointers to drop. Bradley with shot clock pressure now. 3-pointer. And they're trying to win it with Adams, but it's fallen here for the Kahu. Good ball skills there by Rangi Brown to come forward here for the Kahu. Now Tauihi. Edgar Centre to give her a screen, and she's lost it cold there, and it's picked up, and that's a frustration play, I think, right there from Tauihi.
Definitely a frustration play. Adams, again, she is so pesky on defense. I love her energy, and she just got a hand in there and was able to get that turnover from Tauihi. And Tauihi, again, just letting the heat of the moment get to her and doing that ticky-tack foul that they call it a coach killer, because right in front of the coach is like, why are you doing that? Just get back on D. But you can sense the frustration in that foul.
Look at the body language there of Jodie Cameron. She's bitterly disappointed with how this game's unfolded.
No, absolutely. And I know you have to consider the fact that you don't have 3 of your key players. They're not there at the moment. However, you're only as good as the depth of your bench. You want your bench to be as good or nearly as good as those star players.
Now, I know it's only one game, but what do you reckon has been the impact of the Hoiho actually having a game under their belt coming into this game? You know, a bit more match hardened?
Oh, absolutely. Everyone's always nervous going into it. Unfortunately, in this league, you don't have the luxury of a lot of games to get comfortable and get your footing. It's quick. It's a quick league.
I think the fact that the Hoiho went up to Wellington and won that game gives them some confidence heading into this game.
Oh yeah, it was really cool to see how well they gelled straight away. And again, we talk about it, Paige Bradley just got off the plane that day, met her teammates that day, and then dished out 11 assists. So, you know, it's exciting to watch. She also had a double-double. 3 of them had double-doubles, and they all contributed in their own way. They had people doing the 1% things that a lot of people don't like to do, like this hustle play, getting that offensive rebound. Talia Tupaia not happy with Adams there. Look for her to drive and try to get herself to the TAB again.
Adams has fouled her. So she's going to go to the line to shoot a couple, does Tauihi.
Yeah, with a player like Tupaia, if she's frustrated, she's going to go and get hers. You know, you piss her off enough, she's going to come right back and stick it to you, for lack of better terms.
Frustrating game for the Kahu on many levels. I think that look says it all right there from Talia Tupaia. She's probably thinking, why can't I actually get away from this free throw line today? I've been sucked into the TAB line the whole game.
But hey, it's a free point, so you want to be solid from the TAB. It's good practice for the rest of the season.
She's 9 from 12 from the free throw line now in this game. And Reed is 10 from 13, as we touched on earlier.
Well, with the induction of that 6th personal foul, you're going to see a lot of time spent at the TAB as Tara gets that ball back.
And Prechtel's just lost her poise there and conceded another foul. That's her 5th foul. In fact, her 4th foul now.
It's so tempting to get that. You just want to slap right on it. It's right in front of you. You want to go right down on that ball, but you can't. You've got to keep the palms up and go from underneath. That'll be a foul every time.
So the Kahu are in the bonus as Reed gets yet another free throw. And they just got to keep believing here. As Reed goes to 21 points in the game. Last year, she averaged 10.4 points per game, so she's well above her season's average. And the Kahu have got to still keep believing here.
Oh yeah, there's still a lot of time.
Luring fouls out of the Hoiho. You know, this league can come back pretty fast. Get a couple of threes, you know, hello, it's down to single digits again pretty quickly. Exactly.
There's so much time left in this game, and you've got a talented Kahu squad with the ability to do exactly that. Chip away at this lead, keep attacking. You're already in the bonus. Just keep getting that ball inside and chip away. Obviously, it's working right now.
Well, we're just 5 days away from Sal's NBL Finals for 2023, all going down at the Truss Arena in Henderson, West Auckland, Tamaki Makaurau. We know pretty much all of the teams that are going to be competing. Still not quite done yet. Reminding you that the Nuggets face the Airs straight after this game. The Nuggets win that, they're going to finish 2nd. If they drop it, they're going to finish 3rd. And the Hawks beat the Jets later on today from Napier. The Hawks will finish inside the top 6, which is a pretty decent effort given their woeful home record earlier on in the year.
It's a pretty shocking home record from the beginning of the year.
But that win over the Tuatara last week, which we called Kaysen, I mean, that might just, I don't know, they might, it'll be interesting to see if they can kick on from that.
Yeah, I mean,
get hot and streaky, you never know.
Exactly. This is the point of the season that matters the most. The business end of the season.
4 minutes 18 to play. Bradley inside to Prechtel. Here's Hurst. Up they go for the rebound. It's nicely gathered there by Rangi Brown, and she's off to the races. Now she slaps the anchors on, and Tupaia has 18 points in the game. Trying to cook up something here. Again, she's looking hesitant all of a sudden. She does have that sweet outside shot though, doesn't she?
She is so good off the dribble. That pull-up is money. I love that from Talia Tupaia.
She has 20 in the game. Now Richards did well to salvage it there for Bradley. And now Richards takes up position in the corner. And Tupaia's got the rebound.
A couple empty possessions for the Hoiho. It gives the Kahu a chance. The lead's only 11.
Reed now. Again, it's reaching the point now where the Kahu need to score from pretty much every possession. As Tupaia looks to go one-on-one again, and she nails 2 more there.
She's got such a sweet release. It's always in the pocket, ready to go.
Oh, and there is a foul on Gallagher. So the Kahu getting some calls going their way. I tell you what, Tupaia would have been really nervous right there. She's on 5 fouls. She would have been nervously looking at the referee right there.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got to, if you're the Hoiho, you have to recognize who's on 5 fouls. Talia Tupaia. Try to get her out of the game. Who's she guarding? Get the ball to her, go to work, try to get her out of this game, because she is single-handedly bringing the Kahu back into this game.
22 points. There's a steal, a vital one. Good hustle there from Rangi Brown. It's a jump ball. And who's that? Gotta be the Hoiho ball.
Oh, great defense there by Rihanna. She got on the ground, scrapping, tried to get it away. I think they might have called the jump ball a little bit early, because I don't think there was a Hoiho hand on that ball enough to call a jump ball. Just an early whistle there. I would have liked to see that play out.
Richards back to Bradley. Prechtel trying to take up position in the key, not getting the ball. Now Gallagher.
Oh, great defense
by Odeseki, and now here's Gallagher again. And there's a foul in the scramble for the loose ball. Has it just gone out? It's going to be Kahu ball regardless.
Is that going to be a foul?
Looked like it was a foul. The referee seemed to blow the whistle before the ball was out.
Not exactly sure what the call is here, but See if I have a comment on it or not.
Well,
love to see a replay.
Kahu's going down to shoot some ball. Hello, is it a technical foul, was it? Seki, it is at the line here, shooting free throws. She gets 2 free throws. No, it was just a foul from the Hoiho. So the lead, though, this is the critical point. Now it's down to 7.
Yeah, and it's all come from defense. Ash came in the game and got 2 massive stops defensively, and just like that, we're back within 7.
Biggest lead of the game. Hoiho had 21-point lead. 14-point gain there for the Kahu. Bradley. And it's rebounded, touched by Prechtel. It's off her, out of court. It's more Kahu possession with 2 to play.
Yeah, she just slippery hands underneath there for the Hoiho. Again, they're playing a little bit nervous. They're realizing their lead is slipping away ever so slightly, and they are playing to those conditions. You cannot succumb to that. You have to try to get back to the game that you were playing early on.
Little reach and foul. Little reach and foul's going to send Tupaia back to the TAB.
That's a little foul that you don't want to do, especially against a player like her. And just like that, she's got how many free throws this game?
Well, I think Prechtel has just fouled out of the contest with her 6th foul. So that is a big moment in the match. So it's down with 17 points and 12 rebounds. And Tupaia just keeps chipping away with these free throws. Extraordinary.
I mean, you called it earlier on. If they were in the bonus early on, it's still down by 14. And like you said, you just keep chipping away, keep getting yourself to the free throw line, and just like that, you're within 5.
5-point margin with under 2 to play. And the big name player out of the game, Bradley. Gallagher trying to get the screen from Adams. Big miss there, but it's fortunately rebounded here for Hurst. Richards. Worst, they need to soak up a bit of time. Hurst smashed there by Rangi Brown. And that is a big moment right there.
Yeah, that is. Rangi Brown has great defense. Sometimes overly aggressive, but she knows how to play well on defense. Just a little bit of a reach there. However, she's not going to back down from anybody. Great job by Hurst to keep her composure there. Find yourself at the TAB and try to extend this lead. I think the Hoiho are settling a bit with those outside shots. At this stage in the game, you've got to use the clock. You've given up a huge lead, and now every possession you've got to use the clock wisely and get a better shot.
Hurst has 16 with that 2nd free throw miss. Now Reed. Tupaia off the ball is hammered. Oh, bit risky pass. Lovely play right there. What a basket there from Reed.
Beautiful offense from the Kahu. Had a great cut to the basket from Taran. Finished with that left hand. And it's down to 4 now.
Unbelievable finish coming up here. Bradley. Who's got the rebound? And there's going to be a foul.
And that's going to be on Talia Tupaia. She'll be out of the game.
She's out of the game, but a great game from her. 24 points, 6 rebounds, 5 steals for Tupaia. So 2 of the key players now, 1 from each team, out of the contest.
Yeah, those are 2 major losses for both teams, but only a minute left in the game. It'll be up to the players on the floor to pull it out. Who's going to step up for Talia?
It's got to be Thomas and Reed, surely. Out comes Tamilo again, Vittoria Tamilo. Now Richards is at the line. She's got 18 in the game. Well, this is important breathing space the Hoiho are creating for themselves here. Yes, 2nd free throw. Good job by Richards. 6-point game with 1 minute to play. Who done brilliantly to come back into this game as Reed tries to drive between 2 players. She tried to do too much there. Here comes Richards. And now Bradley's just going to cool it down. Use the clock as the friend of the Hoiho. Use as much of those 14 seconds on the shot clock as she possibly can. Bradley Maybe Hurst will end it right here.
Oh, that is a big-time three-pointer from Elise Hurst. Great find from, was it from Bradley or was it from Richards?
Yeah, it was Bradley back to Hurst.
Oh, what a beautiful cross-court pass.
And it's going to be a timeout. Not sure who called it, but within a 9-point margin, Hoiho with two big plays there, those two free throws from Richards and the foul that led up to those free throws and that three-pointer from Hurst.
Well, I mean, if you're living and dying by the free throw line, it's only 1 point for every shot you make. And that three-pointer by Hurst eliminated 3 of those free throws. So all that hard work that the Kahu are putting in on offense is just immediately deleted by the long-range 3. And that's, oh man, what a game. The Kahu working so hard to get themselves back into it. And Hoiho just keeping them arm's length.
Well, there's been some good fight and courage shown here by the Kahu to come back into this game. But it looks like at this stage their late run might come up just a touch short.
Hey, there's still 30 seconds left.
I know.
There's plenty of time.
They need everything to go right now to the Kahu. And the Tauihi not out there to really kind of glue it all together. It's going to be tough for them. So the Hoiho looking confident. Closing in on their second win of the season. Beating the Tokomanoa Queens earlier on in the week. And now, just within 36 seconds of a second win to start the season. Remember, they won that rapidly game earlier today as well, 33-20.
Oh, great defense.
Hurst, unfortunately, just lost her balance. Hasn't she stepped up in the second half?
I'm telling you, the silent assassin of the league is going to be Elise Hurst. She's just quiet. She goes about her business, but she is a hell of a player.
Reed with her hands on the ball. Need a quick basket here, the Kahu. Or at worst, 2 shots from the TAB, and that's what Reed earns.
Sophie Adams can't catch a break. It seems like she's fouled about 17 times, but only on, I think, 4 or 5 at the moment.
Well, the Hoiho have conceded 32 personal fouls in the game.
That is wild.
Reed misses a rare free throw. She is 12 from 16. 13 from 17 in the game.
Look for that a lot this season. Tara will be living at that TAB for the rest of the season.
Here's Bradley. And there's a shot from Hurst. Rebounded beautifully there from Gallagher, and she's fouled. And if it wasn't locked up prior to that play from Gallagher, it is now, surely.
Yeah, there's a big-time rebound. Not what you want at this stage in the game if you're the Kahu, but if you're the Hoiho, you are stoked with that offensive rebound. That was just a tough, big woman play.
Gallagher's made of good southern stock, isn't she?
Yeah, oh, yeah, she is. And she does it with a smile. A fierce competitor, Gallagher.
Well, she's played for the Tall Ferns as well. And now she gets that second free throw. She has 9 points in the game. And the Kahu are still going to actually call it. They're trying to work something out through the Sky City player timeout.
Every point counts in this league. If there is a tie, it does go to a countback. So you want, even if you lose, you still want to take advantage of every single player timeout and try to decrease the lead just a little bit more. Get some more points on that ladder score.
Don't forget to stay with us here. We've got a match upcoming from the same venue. Otago playing Taranaki, tipping off at 5 o'clock. So stay with us. We've got that double header coming here from Dunedin as Reed.
Oh.
Sweet shot from her.
Beautiful shot from Tara Reed.
27 points in the game for her. She's the top scorer. But it's going to be the Hoiho who get there. 2 wins from 2 in 2023 for the Southerners. And they came back beautifully in this game. They trailed by a massive margin at 1 point. They were down by 11 to come back and win. Reed top scored Tauihi. The leading rebounder in the game was Ashton Prechtel with 12. Zoe Richards, great all-round game from her with 11 rebounds and 19 points.
8 assists for Bradley.
She did amazingly well, 11 the other night as well. Gallagher with a couple of key blocks in the game. And how about all those steals from Zoe Richards and Tauihi, great all-round game from the MVP from last year.
Unbelievable job by both of those players. Zoe Richards doing a great job keeping herself on the floor. Unfortunately for Tauihi, she fouled out with about a minute left to play.
Games to come. We've got another game coming up tomorrow from Christchurch. Mainland Waikai up against the Phi. And then the Northern Kahu get a chance to rectify this loss today by playing Mainland Waikai on Wednesday night for Pukekohe. And then we have the Kahu back in action again next weekend against the Tokomanawa Queens. That one being played on Auckland's North Shore. That's it for now from Dunedin, but stay with us very soon. In about half an hour, this court is going to come alive again with the Nuggets versus the Ears from the Cells NBL. So stay tuned, folks, here on Sky Sport. That game coming up right after this.